Live on a Sunday afternoon at Utah Grizzlies Hockey, as it's the rubber match of a three-game series between the Grizzlies and the Tulsa Oilers. Hi, everybody. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's the 10th and final meeting this season between the Grizzlies and the Oilers. Each of the first two games of this series ended in a 3-2 overtime finish. On Friday night in the series opener, the Grizzlies had a 2-0 lead as Nathan Burke and Brett Stapley each scored in the second period. But Tulsa scored two unanswered, including one in the third period by Carson Folk, 1:49 in. The game went to overtime, and the Grizzlies had two really good looks in the first 30 seconds of the extra session, but just couldn't capitalize as Gage Alexander made some big saves for Tulsa, as the Oilers eventually won 3-14 into overtime as Eddie Matsushima redirected an Anthony Costantini shot, and he got the game winner as Matsushima picked up his 16th of the season, and the Oilers won the series opener 3-2. Last night was really an interesting matchup as Tulsa scored first 11 minutes into the second period, and then Josh Wesley responded a minute and 9 seconds later to tie up the game. Tulsa had then the Grizzlies scored in the third period as Brett Stapley gave Utah a 2-1 lead on a great pass out in front from Adam Berg. Tulsa tied it up with 44 seconds left in regulation as Alec Butcher got his 14th of the year and fourth against the Grizzlies. Game went to overtime, and the Grizzlies, who didn't have a single power play in regulation, finally got on the man advantage after Tulsa was called for a too many men on the ice penalty, 4:55 into overtime. Grizzlies connected as Brett Stapley was over in the left circle. He fed it across to Brandon Cutler, who fired a one-timer past Julian Junka as the Grizzlies picked up the extra standing point, and Brandon Cutler picked up his second overtime game winner of the season. Certainly was a thrilling victory for the Grizzlies, and that means that today is the rubber match. Both teams have 3 out of a possible 4 standings points on the series, and we'll see who ends up winning the set here today. And regardless of what happens today, the Grizzlies did win the season series against Tulsa, as Utah has a record of 6-2-1 against Tulsa this season. So it's going to be a lot of fun. The Grizzlies take on the Oilers for the final time this season. Don't forget that after tonight, the Grizzlies are going to be home for 4 of their next 5 games, beginning on Friday night as the Grizzlies host the arch rival Idaho Steelheads. When we come back, we'll talk about who's been hot for the Grizzlies as of late, as we're grooving on a Sunday afternoon, and you're listening to the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. Some guys that have been hot for the Grizzlies as of late include the captain, Josh Wesley, who has a point in 5 straight games. Wesley has a point in 12 of his last 14 games. He has 7 goals and 7 assists, and he's been a point a game over his last 14 games with 14 points. Wesley, with the goal last night, he got his 11th of the year halfway through the second period. He is now tied for the league lead among defensemen with 11 goals. The captain also has 4 power play goals, which is tied for the league lead among defensemen. So watch out for the captain, Josh Wesley, once again. He is a former Oiler. He played in 26 games with Tulsa in the 2019-2020 season. Also watch out for Nathan Burke, who's got a goal in 4 of his last 5 games. Burke has certainly been a key two-way forward for the Grizzlies here over the last month. Brandon Cutler's obviously been a constant for the Grizzlies over the last 2.5 seasons. Cutler had a game winner last night. He had 1 goal and 1 assist, and he now has a point in 9 of his last 13 games. Cutler leads the Grizzlies in many statistical categories. including goals with 18. He also leads the club in shots on goal with 161. He also has 5 power play goals to lead the Grizzlies, and he now leads the club with 4 game-winning goals. And Brandon Cutler also leads the team in penalty minutes with 59. So he's done it all for the Grizzlies this year. Brett Stapley last night had 1 goal and 1 assist. He now leads the club with 9 multiple-point games this season. The Grizzlies Iron Man Tyler Penner is going to be in there once again today. Penner has a point in 5 of his last 7 games. And also watch out for Mick Messner. Feels like he's due to score a big goal here tonight. But Messner has 3 shorthanded goals this season and 10 overall. He's done a good job distributing the puck as he's got 6 assists in his last 6 games. It's the Grizzlies and the Oilers. We'll give you the starting lineups when we come back on the other side. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting here. The starting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, who have a record of 19-23-1 on the season. They are 5-17-1 on the road, but since the calendar changed to 2024, the Grizzlies are 5-5-1 away from Maverick Center. Will Cranley was unbelievable in net over the last 2 days. On Friday night, he stopped 37 of 40 in the 3-2 loss. Last night, he was a brick wall, stopping 47 of 49, including multiple breakaways that Tulsa had in overtime. Cranley's the backup tonight as Dante Januzzi gets the start in net. Dante's got a record of 8-13 with 1 shutout, which came on New Year's Eve against Tulsa as Utah won 1-0. To complete a 3-game sweep at Maverick Center. He also has a 3.31 goals against average and .897 save percentage. Januzzi is listed at 6'1" and 190 pounds. He'll be backed up by Will Cranley, who certainly deserves the day off after the unbelievable performance he had in last night's game, where he was the game's number 2 star. The starting defensive pairing is going to be Quinn Wickers and Keone Teixeira. Wickers this season has 2 goals and 6 assists in 26 games. Teixeira, in his 6th season as a pro, has 1 goal and 9 assists in 28 games. The other defensemen we're expected to see tonight include Josh Wesley, who's got a point in 12 of his last 14 games, including a point in 5 straight. Kyle Mayhew picked up an assist in the Cutler game winner last night. He has 7 goals and 19 assists in 42 games. The 26 points for Mayhew are tied for second most among all league rookie defensemen. We also see Jacob Semick and Jordan Stone in the Grizzlies lineup as well, as Ryan Kanasowicz's crew is going with 11 forwards and 6 defensemen. Starting forwards for the Grizzlies, it's the same 3 that started last night's game. Brett Stapley, who got the game-winning assist on the Cutler goal. Stapley had 1 goal and 1 assist last night. He leads the Grizzlies with 9 multiple-point games. Stapley also leads the Grizzlies with 26 assists and 37 points on the season. Adam Berg is celebrating his 27th birthday today, and Berg will be in the starting lineup. He threw the assist to Stapley in the 3rd period for Utah's 2nd goal last night. Berg has 7 goals and 9 assists in 31 games. He'll be wearing number 14. Brandon Cutler, last night's hero, is also in the starting lineup. Cutler has 18 goals and 13 assists in 43 games. So starting defensive pairing once again is Wickers and Teixeira. The starting forwards are Stapley, Berg, and Cutler. We will also see the forward line of Nathan Burke out there with Mick Messner. Messner's got 10 goals this season. Burke has 14 on the year. We will also see Jeremiah Addison in his 3rd game in a Grizzlies uniform. Aaron Aragon will be in there. Aragon is a +3 in his last 7 games. Tyler Penner, the Grizzlies Iron Man's in there for the 186th consecutive regular season appearance. Dylan Fitz had 1 assist last night. He has 8 goals and 9 assists this season. Dean Yakura is in the lineup for the Grizzlies. Yakura 1 assist in 29 games. And we will also see Dakota Raby, the Michigan man who completed his college career at Sacred Heart University. Raby has 3 goals and 9 assists in 32 games. For the Tulsa Oilers, they're starting with Gage Alexander in net. Alexander got in the victory on Friday, stopping 26 of 28. Starting defensive pairing is Doogie Lagrone and Mike McKee. The starting forwards are Michael Farron, Dallas Komu, and Bear Jendenov. Jendenov had 1 goal and 1 assist in last night's game. We'll come back in 1 minute and have face-off over at BOK Center. This has been the Rio Tinto Kennecott pregame show on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
It's a great day for hockey as two big standings points are on the line as the Grizzlies take on the Tulsa Oilers. We'll have face-off in 90 seconds on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Expectations here will always remain high, and we'll continue to find a way.
Guys put together a lot of good games, you know.
It's a great day for hockey as two big standings points are on the line as the Utah Grizzlies face the Tulsa Oilers in the rubber match of a three-game series. Tulsa is wearing a Spider-Man themed specialty jersey for the occasion. Grizzlies are wearing the alternate cream-colored jerseys with a capital green G in front with two horizontal stripes. Green numbering in the back with black trim. Referee tonight is Sam Heidemann. The linesmen are Adam Hull and Zach Carson. Got a good goaltending matchup today as Dante Januzzi gets the start for the first time this series. Januzzi picked up a shutout on December 31st against Tulsa. He'll be out there with Kyle Mayhew and Josh Wesley. That's not the starters, though. Wickers and Teixeira will start on the defensive line. Stapley, Berg, and Brandon Cutler. For Tulsa, it's going to be Gage Alexander in net. He got the victory on Friday, stopping 26 of 28. As Grizzlies and Oilers meeting for the 10th and final time this season, Utah is 6-2-1 against Tulsa this year. The Grizzlies have had a lot of success against Tulsa over the last couple seasons, as they are 11-3-1 against Tulsa since the start of last season. Draw goes all the way deep in the Grizzlies zone as we've begun action. Grizzlies skate from left to right as Utah sauces it to the right. Pass behind Cutler as the Oilers will tap it back to center ice. It goes to Teixeira across to Wickers, who gets to the center red line, and he'll fire it in as Alexander stays in net. Tulsa in the Spider-Man jerseys, red, blue with the orange, with the yellow numbers as they try to get towards Dallas Comu. He couldn't poke it away as Quinn Wickers deep in the Grizzlies zone has it. Wickers along the far wing boards will angle it to the right looking for Stapley. It got tipped to neutral ice as Berg chases after it on his 27th birthday. He'll flip it to the left point as it goes towards Cutler. It tapped off his stick near the corner as Tulsa will clear it out to center. It goes past Kyle Mayhew as Grizzlies have made their first line change of the game as Mayhew backhands it across towards Wesley. Couldn't handle as the puck glides along the near boards towards neutral ice as Jeremiah Addison in his first shift of the game wearing number 54 chases after along with Messner and Burke as the puck goes to Burke in the far point. As he tried to get to Messner, it's taken away by Tulsa as they'll backhand it off the near boards as Wesley after it, but Tulsa steps over the line. Does Yevdokimov as Dante Sheriff gets pushed by Messner as Wesley delivers a hit on Sheriff as Alec Butcher, who scored a goal last night, he's got 4 against the Grizzlies this year, has it as he battles with Mayhew behind the net as he chips over to the far side now up top as Tulsa, right wing, righty shot, saved by Januzzi, and he holds on as we get our first whistle 1 minute and 31 seconds into the game. Everybody make your pick for the Optum first goal of the game as to who's going to score first. I'm going to go with Adam Berg on his 27th birthday. Optum is committed to making healthcare work better, leading the way to better experiences, better health, and lower costs for you. Draws game in the far circle. Tulsa took the first shot of the game by a defenseman from the right point. Tulsa is rolling with 12 forwards and 5 defensemen tonight as Kyler Wall sustained an injury yesterday, and he's replaced in the lineup by forward Keyshawn Gervais. Grizzlies won the draw as they ice it all the way down deep in the Oilers zone, but no icing called as the Oilers will tap it off the near boards. Grizzlies trying to poke it back into the corner. Raby gets it towards Cutler. Cutler's on the right side. Take a lefty shot and he scores! Brandon Cutler gets his 19th of the year, and the Grizzlies get on the board 1:50 in. As Raby's going to get an assist, he got it to Cutler on the right side. Cutler just went glove side right under the arm of Gage Alexander. And so Utah draws first blood here for the second time this series. It's the first goal scored by either club in the first period all series. In each of the first 2 games of this set, the first goal of the game was scored in the second period. So Brandon Cutler gets his team leading 19th of the year as Utah gets on the board 1:50 in. Grizzlies win the draw. They skate from left to right here in the series finale as Keone Teixeira gets the new try. So bank it off the near boards. Puck glides towards Alexander where it's gathered by a defenseman. I think that's Jared Hilderman as he'll hike it up ice as long-range feed doesn't connect. Teixeira chases after it. The arm is raised by one of the linesmen as icing is on Tulsa with 17:52 left in the first. We're still early on as the Grizzlies have a 1-0 lead, so grab some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice and enjoy a little bit of Sunday with us. Tyler Penner will take the draw. He's got Fitz to his left and Aragon to his right. Grizzlies are 12-3-1 when scoring first this season. As Penner will take the draw, but it's won this time by Tulsa as they'll bank it off the near glass. It flies over the head of Teixeira. It goes deep into the Grizzlies zone. Januzzi raises his left arm, and the linesman raises his right. Icing on the Oilers again. This time with 17:45 left in the first. So Brandon Cutler got the Grizzlies on the board 1:50 in, and Cutler has certainly been a hot player as of late. You talk about a guy that ever since he joined the Grizzlies in his rookie year in the 2021-22 season, he's been a consistent force for the Grizzlies. As Cutler talks things over with Brett Stapley on the Cutler goal, Dakota Raby and Dina Kura with the assist. So for Raby, it's his 10th assist this season, and for Dina Kura, it's his second helper of the campaign. Berg is out there on the left wing with Stapley taking the draw and Cutler taking the right wing. Draws in the near circle of the Oilers zone. 1-0 Utah as the Grizz skate from left to right here in the first period as we see it on Flow Sports. In your mind's eye, see it on YouTube. As a draw won by the Oilers, Jared Hilderman, one of 5 defensemen this afternoon, will skate around his net towards the far side. Now he moves it ahead. Oilers gained the line 3-on-2. Right point, righty shot, saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Utah as Brett Stapley will carry it out to neutral ice. Now move it to his left for Berg. Berg steps over the line. He gets crashed along the boards by an Oiler as Brett Stapley pushes Michael Farron. Farron on the far side will bounce it off of Cutler as Stapley trying to get it towards Burke. As Stapley gets double teamed behind the Oilers net. Cutler joins the play as the puck drifts towards the far side as Kyle Krankovic will move it ahead. It glances off the Cutler stick. The Oilers cross center ice and they'll fire it in as they make a line change about 3 minutes in. Grizzlies get it towards Mayhew's behind Januzzi's net. As Mayhew surveys, Grizzlies spread the ice 3 minutes in. Utah 1 shot, Tulsa's taken 2. The Grizzlies' long shot found the back of the net with Cutler a minute 50 in. Out to new tries, Grizzlies cross center, but the Oilers have the puck at their blue line as Matsushima moves it ahead. Now Tulsa chases after it deep in the Grizzlies zone. Januzzi behind his net will toss it towards the far side off the boards. Mayhew gets it as he'll outlet it towards Stapley, but the pass is wide of the mark. Left wing feed, Tulsa steps over the line, but they are offside as everybody stops skating with 16:37 left in the first. So Draw's going to come back to neutralize. Dante Januzzi wearing the kind of a forest green set of pads and I believe kind of a new helmet he had been wearing earlier this season, the helmet that he wore with the Portland Winterhawks. I haven't seen a close-up of Dante yet to see what kind of helmet he's wearing. As Draw's going to be at center ice, McMessner will take it with Addison to his left and Burke to his right. Keyshawn Gervais out there for the first time this series for Tulsa. He stands in front of Burke as the Grizzlies win the draw. Utah gets it to Teixeira. He'll move it to his left as it goes past Addison and deep into the Oilers zone. And once again, icing is on Utah with 16:28 left in the first. Boy, we've seen a game's worth of icing calls here in the first 3.5 minutes of play. Most of them have come on the Tulsa side. And with this being the third game in less than 48 hours, you wonder when fatigue is going to start to set in. And because of that, it's huge for the Grizzlies to get off to an early lead like they have here this afternoon. Same 5 on the ice there as Messner will take the draw. Is taking it for Tulsa, I believe, is Dallas Colmu, either him or Michael Farron. Grizzlies win the draw either way. As Quinn Wickers will backhand it to center ice, Tulsa will backhand it back in. Januzzi stops it, and he'll cover up as he was looking to outlet it to the far side, but Tulsa was skating in on him. So we'll just hold on to it with 16:16 left in the first, and the Oilers will have an offensive zone draw. We're just getting underway. Just the start of things as Brandon Cutler scored a minute 50 in with Dakota Raby and Dean Yakura getting the assists. Stapley will take the draw, the second-year pro out of the University of Denver. Stapley, a former draft pick by the Montreal Canadiens. He had a solid season last year with Trois-Rivières, and he's just carried it over for another great campaign, this time with the Grizzlies. Tulsa's outshot Utah 3-1 here today. Oilers have taken a ton of shots through the first 2 games of this series. Grizzlies win the draws. Teixeira will bank it off the boards. It flies to center ice as Tulsa will toss it ahead. Now they'll bank it out into their own zone. Oilers with 12 forwards this afternoon will push it out to the left side as it goes towards Yevdokimov. He drops off for Butcher, trying to get it back to Yevdokimov off the near boards, but Stapley gets it and he clears it back to center. Oilers fired onto Januzzi, who kicks it away as it goes to the near corner. Teixeira gets it. Tex will drive it to his left as it goes to neutral ice. As Grizzlies skate towards center ice, Dakota Raby avoids a check but loses the puck. As it goes out to center ice, Stapley gets it back and he'll drive it back in. As Alexander will give it to a defenseman, and that's Hildebrand, who skates down the middle. Now toss it towards the far side off the boards. Sheriff couldn't reach it as Wickers fanned on trying to clear it out. Sheriff in the far circle drops it off. Righty shot, saved by Januzzi. And he holds on. I think Butcher took the shot as Sheriff just laid it for him near the right circle. Januzzi's off to a good start as he has saved the first 4 that he has seen. 15:22 left in the first as Utah leads 1-0. And it is odd to see a first period goal here in this series, as it's the first one. Both Friday and Saturday's games saw a ton of shots, but neither team found the back of the net. As a late arriving crowd over at BOK Center, won by the Grizzlies. The face-off as Jacob Semick will shovel it out of the zone. Puck gets a lot of air under it. Near the Tulsa bench, Fitz delivers a hit as Fitz will slide it to his right, near side. Tulsa charges after it, and they'll backhand it to center ice. Oilers fire it in. Januzzi behind his net wearing number 73. Will toss it towards the far side. It bounced off an Oiler back to Januzzi, who clears it back towards the far corner. Oilers skate around the net. They get cut off by Penner and Wesley as Oilers will tap it towards the near corner. Hustling after it is Aragon. He gets pushed around as Stone holds his ground in the near side. Stone will backhand it out towards the far corner. Wesley chases after it, but it goes to Fitz. Fitz will saucer it out to neutral ice. It bounces off an Oiler and goes towards Alexander, who has to play it in the crease. As he'll move it ahead to Doogie Legrone, who's got good speed. Legrone wearing number 5. Gains the line with speed. He'll drop it off for Krenkovic over to the left circle. Take a lefty shot. And it's blocked away by Wesley's stick. Krenkovic fires towards the net. And it bounced off of Januzzi's back and into the back of the net. As Kyle Krenkovic from behind the goal line bounced it off of Januzzi's back. and tied it up at 1. 14:25 left in the first as Krenkovic gets his 10th of the year. Boy, they got to show that again. Puck ricocheted off the backboards. Krenkovic got the puck as he was skating onto it, and looks like he just bounced it off of Januzzi's ankle, and it ended up crossing the goal line. So on an impossible angle, Kyle Krenkovic ties the game. 14:25 left in the first. Oilers have outshot the Grizzlies 6-1, and Krenkovic from out near the end boards fired it on to Januzzi to tie it up. That's got to be one of the goals in the league in the week. And I'm not even sure that anybody, even Januzzi, really figured out how that thing ended up past them. Grizzlies win the draws. We're tied at 1. As Adam Berg will throw it back into the Grizzlies zone for Wesley. The Grizzlies skate from left to right as we see it on Flow Sports. Wesley with a quick long-range feed that doesn't connect. And icing is on Utah with 14:12 left in the first. We'll see who ends up getting the assist on the Krenkovic goal. And that's one of those that, you're looking at the plays in the week. Early this week, Krenkovic could end up being on that list. Krenkovic got the goal. Looks like Jared Hilderman gets an assist. Time of Krenkovic's goal, 5:35 into the first. As a drop over on the near side, won by the Oilers. They'll tap it to the near side. Jendenov will bounce it off of Mayhew. As Grizzlies say it's offside, but looks like McKee was able to keep the line. He'll get air under it as it ricochets off the near boards. It goes to Utah. As Mayhew will toss it ahead, he gets hit. As the Grizzlies out to center ice, Stapley steps over the line, right side. He'll skate towards a circle now around Tulsa's net with the puck. As Stapley's now on the far side, he'll skate towards a point. He'll get it to Cutler, high slot, one-timer, and it's blocked away. And it looked like that one hurt the Oiler. As Brett Stapley towards the end boards, feathers it to the near side, nobody home. As the Oilers will move it ahead to center ice. As Matsushima gains the line, feeds it to his left circle, lefty shot, saved by Januzzi. Wesley behind the net trying to locate it. As the puck drifts towards the far side, Grizzlies will move it out to Berg across the center ice. Berg to Stapley, and Tulsa cuts in front of Stapley. Now Berg drags down an Oiler. As the puck squirts into the Oilers zone, it's taken by Tulsa. As Tulsa in the Spider-Man jerseys, Dante Sheriff across the center ice. He gets behind Messner. He'll feed it to his left. You have Dakimov shot, and a blocker saved by Januzzi as the puck trickles out towards the right point. As the Oilers keep it in the zone as they backhanded to Matsushima left point. He fires towards the net. Glove saved by Januzzi, and Dante holds on with 12:59 left in the first. Brandon Cutler scored 1:51 in, and Tulsa responded as Krenkovic scored 5:35 into the first period. We're tied at 1 with 12:59 left in the first period on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Maverick's new Bean to Cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
12 minutes, 59 seconds left in the first period. We're tied at 1. Cutler scored 1:50 in with Raby and Yakura getting the assists. Cutler and Dylan Fitz each have 1 shot for Utah. Oilers already have 8 shots, led by Kyle Krenkovic, who has 2, including his 10th of the season, 5:35 in. Draws in the near circle, the Grizzlies zone, won by the Oilers. Left wing, lefty shot is blocked away. Jeremiah Addison will push it out to center ice. It goes back to the Oilers, who turn it over. Grizzlies skate towards the right circle, backhand. Shot scores! Nate Messner gets his 11th of the year as he went stick side past Alexander. And Utah is now taking a 2-1 lead. Messner is to the right side as they show the replay. Got around the Tulsa defenseman, and the backhand shot just went right past the right arm of Gage Alexander. Well, I had a feeling Messner was due as he gets his 11th of the year, and Messner's had a pretty good series, as I believe Jeremiah Addison's going to get an assist. The long-range feed to the right side connected to Messner, and Mick ended up using his great speed to get around Tulsa's defenseman to get himself in a good shooting position. So 12:48 left in the first. Utah is up 2-1, and they have scored 2 goals on 3 shots here early in the Sunday affair. Draw taken by Tulsa as Mike McKee back in his own end. as he'll push it ahead. The Oilers will tap it off the near wing wall. It goes to Yevdokimov. He's a native of Russia. He'll throw it to the high slot. Righty shot. Saved by Januzzi as he just absorbed it near the Grizzlies logo on the front of his jersey as he holds on with 12:36 left in the first. Januzzi so far has stopped 8 of 9 here in the rubber match of the 3-game series. Boy, already as much scoring as we've seen here in the first 8 minutes of play than we've seen in any of the games in this series. In fact, both games were 3-2 overtime finals. Tulsa won on Friday as Eddie Matsushima redirected a Costantini shot last night. Brandon Cutler scored 6:05 into overtime as Semick gets tripped up in the far circle. On the penalty is going to be called. Tripping is going to be the penalty, and the Grizzlies, who didn't have a single power play in regulation yesterday, they go on the man advantage as looks like, it's hard to tell sometimes with these specialty jerseys. It's certainly a sharp-looking Spider-Man themed jersey. And so it's going to be a penalty on Tulsa with 12:31 left in the first, 2 minutes for tripping. Grizzlies were 1 for 1 on the power play in last night's game. They were 0 for 4 on Friday. On the Messner goal, 7:12 into the first, Jeremiah Addison picks up his first point in a Grizzlies uniform. Draws in the near circle, fits in the left wing. Stapley just kicked out of the circle. Cutler will take the draw. Stapley will settle on the right wing. Up top is Mayhew and I believe Josh Wesley. As Tulsa wins the draw, they'll slice it all the way towards the Utah end. Januzzi behind his net will filter it over to the left side for Wesley. Now back to Mayhew as Mayhew will skate up ice. He skates down the middle, veers off to the left. He'll drop it off for Cutler, who crosses center ice. Cutler leads the team with 5 power play goals. He steps over the line, skates towards the far corner. Now push it across. Stapley trips over Tulsa, no cause. Fitz gets it across. Left side, Wesley fires towards the net. It goes wide. Stapley gets it along the near wing boards. Stapley over on the right side gets pushed, but he'll filter it to his left. High slot shot is blocked away. Now left side, Wesley shot. Saved by Alexander, and he holds on with 11:51 left in the first. Still early on the power play, as Josh Wesley had a pretty good look from the left side. It wasn't a one-timer as he gathered it before taking the shot on Alexander. Draw is going to be in the Oilers zone here early in the Grizzlies power play. I think the Grizzlies Marvel Superhero Day will be on Monday, February 19th. And if I saw it right, I think Spider-Man is going to be the theme of the Grizzlies specialty jerseys they're going to wear that day. Face off in the far circle is won by Tulsa as the Oilers will lift it out as Januzzi far side gathers it before it crosses the goal line, and he'll drop it off for Mayhew, who skates around Utah's net. Mayhew down the middle gets to neutralize. He'll lay it out for Stapley, who crosses center. Stapley on the right side trying to chip it to Fitz. It's taken away by Mike McKee, who has a glance off his stick. Mayhew gets it back at the Utah line as he pushes it across. As Utah gets to neutralize, Wesley will filter it towards Fitz, but it's taken away by Tulsa, who clears it back. As Januzzi behind his net gets it, we're about halfway through the power play. Utah leads 2-1. Stapley skates down the middle. He's got 10 power play points this season. He crosses center ice. Now he steps over the line, drops it off for Burke as Grizzlies made a change. Utah gets to Messner, who scored earlier in the first period. Messner on the right side gets to Stapley, who's being double shifted. He'll skate towards the right side. Toe drag towards the middle. Shot saved by Alexander, and he holds on as Alexander, here on a couple of occasions on the penalty kills, done a good job absorbing it and not allowing a rebound. So Stapley had a pretty good look. He just started in the right circle and just kind of shimmied his way over towards the slot and found a good shooting angle, but Alexander was able to make the save. Messner will take the drives out there with Raby and Addison up front. Can't tell who the guys in the back end are here late in Utah's first power play of the game. Grizzlies are 15.3% on the power play this year. Tulsa's penalty kill is 78.9%. Messner's kicked out of the circle. Addison will take the draw, and now the linesman says, my bad, we'll do it for a third time. Adam Hull, the linesman, waiting to drop the puck as he talks with Addison. As draw won by Tulsa, as Mike McKee, the big 6'5 defenseman, will lift it out of the zone. It goes all the way towards Januzzi. As Tulsa chasing after him, Januzzi will slide it towards the far side. It goes to Nathan Burke, who will bank it to the far corner as it goes back towards Teixeira. As he'll move it to his left, Grizzlies throw it across the center ice. Pass bounced to Addison, as Addison will move it to his left. It goes to Burke, who settles into the zone. He stops on the right side. Now he throws it to the corner and chases after it as he gets held up by McKee. As Burke breaks free of McKee, as the puck goes to Messner. He'll skate towards the corner that's vacated. Now around Tulsa's net towards the far side. He'll chip it up top, left point. Shot is blocked away. It filters high into the air as it's bounced towards Messner. Messner, right point, keeps it in, but backhands it towards Addison in the near corner. Addison centers it out in front to Raby. It goes off the stick and goes wide. As Hilderman will hike it out to neutral ice. Messner delivers ahead as I think we're skating 5-on-5 again. Puck goes back to Raby across to Semick, who's at center ice. Semick gets to the red line, and he'll throw it in as the puck wobbles towards Alexander. Hilderman gathers it, throws it towards the far side. Now back towards Tulsa. Left wing pass to Sheriff connects. He'll step over the line. Left side, he skates towards the circle. Now he looks to center, and it's picked off by Aragon. Aragon fumbles the puck for a little bit as he continues to battle with it. As the puck goes back into Oilers territory, now it bounces to center ice. Grizzlies toss to the right for Aragon, who steps over the line, and he'll throw it towards around the net as Alexander was looking nearby. As Oilers bounce the puck at center ice, now they'll skate in. Tulsa, left side, Yevdokimov takes a shot, and it goes wide as Yevdokimov skates around Utah's net with the puck. Now right side shot, blocker saved by Januzzi. Puck still in play as Tulsa charges after it. They get to the left point, now across to the right. Somebody off the screen gets it, now gets to Yevdokimov. He'll toss it to the high slot for Sheriff, who shimmies towards his left and skates towards his right. He loses the puck. As Fitz will carry it towards center ice, and he'll fire it in. As the puck towards the right side, Aragon gets hit as he was exiting the screen, and the puck will move it out to center ice. Sheriff fanned on a pass. It glides towards the bench area as Jendenov gets hit. Puck goes back into the Tulsa end as they'll outlet it off the Sheriff's stick. It goes deeper into the Oilers zone as Tulsa spreads the ice with 8:40 and counting left in the first. Utah leads 2-1. Oilers deep in their own zone as Doogie Legrone will feather it across as Tulsa outlets it to center ice. Pass connects. Jendenov will skate towards his right. He gets to Matsushima. Now to the right side. Shot saved by Dante. Great stop by Dante as he was quick as a cat skating towards his left. As the Oilers get tripped up over in the far corner. Mayhew in the area as the puck goes back over to Wesley, who will bank it off the near glass. It goes to center ice. Now into the Oilers zone as Hilderman will feed it across. Oilers pushing out to center ice. Now the Oilers step over the line onside. They get to the left side looking for Komu. He couldn't reach it. Now he gets it back and hits the side of the net looking for Jendenov as Wesley lifts it out to center ice. It's gloved by the Oilers near their bench. Left wing pass connects as Komu skates towards the left side. Drops off for Jendenov. Left wing righty shot. Blocker saved by Januzzi. Puck goes towards the far side as Mick Messner will push it across. The puck skips all along the ice. It goes to the near side to Hilderman, who will skate in front of his goaltender. Now a reverse back towards the near side. So he'll push it out towards Jendenov, who couldn't get it. Chasing after it's Teixeira, and the arm is raised by the linesman as icing is on Tulsa with 7:36 left in the first. Oilers have taken 9 shots. Grizzlies have 5. Actually, Tulsa's now up to 10 shots according to the score bug. So draw is going to come back towards Gage Alexander. Well, you can't tell it's the third game in 3 days with the way the pace is playing out here. As you can almost sense, both teams feel the importance of being up after one period. Draw won by the Grizzlies, especially as fatigue is going to settle in as the game progresses. As Utah wins the faceoff, Teixeira throws to the corner, and Tulsa ices the puck, chasing after its Wickers, but the arm is raised by the linesman. And once again, Tulsa is called for icing as they have yet to get the stretch passing game working. And the Grizzlies' defensive unit, Wickers and Teixeira in particular, are doing a good job staying back defensively. Last game in the road trip for Utah, they're 1-1-1 through 3 games on the trip. Nathan Burke talking things over with Messner. Messner was the one to give Utah a 2-1 lead, 7:12 into the first, with Jeremiah Addison getting the assists. Addison's on the right wing there to start the faceoff, and it's won by Tulsa as they skate around the net. Addison challenges Tulsa as Addison delivers a hit on Tulsa as the puck goes out to center ice. Utah regathers this. Teixeira feeds it back to Wickers. Wickers diagonal pass towards the near side, connects to center ice for Addison. He'll filter it across. It goes to Burke behind him as Grizzlies chip it in. Burke chasing after it as Hilderman overskates it, but another Oiler will tap it towards the far side. Tulsa rolling with 5 defensemen tonight. As the Oilers' left wing feed will bounce off of Utah. It goes to the Grizzlies line as Jordan Stone will tap it off the near wall. As it goes back to Tulsa as they skate in. They fake a shot on the left side. They'll gather it towards the right. Shot kick save by Januzzi as Tulsa will bounce it off of Januzzi towards the left point. Oilers' Mike McKeith gets it to the corner as Michael Farron skates around the net being shadowed by Stone. as right side. Shot goes wide, taken by Farron, as McKee will drop it off for the left point, as the Oilers get it back towards McKee. He's in the near goal line and looked to center it and fanned on it. Burke was nearby, as McKee still being shadowed like a hawk by Burke. As the puck skips towards the far corner, Raby chases after it. He gets blasted as he keeps his feet, but Tulsa gets the puck. Left side, Farron just outside the circle, gets the high slot from McKee. Lefty shot goes wide, as Farron will tap it towards the far side. Krenkovic chasing after it, but the Grizzlies have the puck as they'll carry it out to center ice 2-on-2. Utah steps over the line, left side. They get it towards Yakura. He's in the left circle. Yakura with a righty shot. Saved by Alexander, and he holds on with 5:57 left in the first, as Yakura had a pretty good look on a 2-on-2, but Alexander gathered it as he has now stopped 4 of 6. 5:57 left in the first. It's the Grizzlies 2 and the Oilers 1. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
5:57 left in the first. Utah leads 2-1. Brandon Cutler and Mick Messner have the Utah goals. It was sandwiched in by Kyle Krenkovic, scoring from behind the goal line, 5:35 into the first. Doogie Legrone got an assist on the Krenkovic goal. Grizzlies win the draw in the attack zone as Mayhew skates down Broadway, veers off to the left as Mayhew tried to chip it towards Aragon out in front, passes wide of the mark. Wesley towards Mayhew on the near side as Mayhew's being shadowed like a hawk by Alec Butcher. As Mayhew gets up top left side, Wesley fires towards the net. Alexander makes a save as he absorbed it with 5:37 left in the first. As Grizzlies get some offensive zone time, and really when you think about third game in 3 days, the pace certainly doesn't look like it, at least early on here. For Utah, shots by 6 different players. That was shot 7 on the afternoon, and if it was Wesley that took that shot, he becomes the first Grizzly to have multiple shots here today. For Josh Wesley, he ranks 3rd among all league defensemen in shots on goal, as Wesley started the day with 126 shots on goal. Make that 129. Time out of the ice. We're back in 30 seconds as Utah leads 2-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Utah leads 2-1. It's a battle of teams that are really playing good hockey as of late. For the Oilers, they are 8-3-1 in their last 12 games. And for the Grizzlies, dating back towards that 3-game series the Grizzlies had against Tulsa over the last 18 games, they're 11-6-1. Draws in the far circle of the Oilers zone. Utah wins it. Right side, Wesley with a shot. Kick saved by Alexander. Now left side, Cutler fires towards the net, and it's blocked away as the Oilers will tap it to Neutrice. It goes back towards Stapley, who gets pushed towards the near wall. Stapley will fire it in as chasing after it's Nathan Burke. As a big-time hit delivered by Adam Berg. It goes to Stapley. Left side backhand shot goes just wide. Oh, Stapley didn't miss it by much. Berg throws it behind his back towards the far corner as Cutler charges after it. He gets held up by Matsushima as Cutler will backhand it to the left point to Mayhew across to Wesley. Wesley right side, righty shot is blocked about 5 feet in front of Alexander as McKee blocked it and absorbed it. So backhanded across, skipping puck goes to Tulsa as they'll lift it out to the left side. Pass connects towards Komu. He skates towards the left circle. Lefty shot is blocked away by Wesley as the puck behind Utah's net. As an Oiler gets dragged down by Stapley as the puck goes up top. Oilers will get it across to McKee, left side. He'll fire towards the net. Januzzi gloves it, drops it, but then he's able to cover up as he bobbled it off his glove, and he was able to freeze it before Tulsa was able to get a second chance. 4:35 left in the first, and Utah still leads 1-0. But it's been a very spirited affair. You're probably not going to see too many power plays because Sam Heideman, the referee, seems to be the type of guy that lets them play. There were very few power plays on either side in last night's game. Grizzlies have Messner out there with Addison and Nathan Burke. Defensive pairing of Wickers and Teixeira. Wickers and Teixeira, it hasn't necessarily shown up statistically, but they played a pretty good series. It's been a well-played goaltending and defensive series here so far, which is surprising to see a 2-1 score here late in the first period. As the Oilers have it back in their own zone after the Grizzlies initially won the face-off. Tulsa gets the center ice. Legrone will slice it in. Januzzi lets it go towards the far corner as Wickers holds up an Oiler. Sheriff battles. Teixeira battling with another Oiler. It goes towards Sheriff. We'll throw it from one corner to the other. Grizzlies chase it down as Wickers moves it past Nathan Burke, who gets the puck and tosses it to center ice. Teixeira gets held up by Sheriff, but he breaks free and fires towards the net, and it's blocked away by Alexander as the puck bounces to Alec Butcher. He'll toss it to his left. You have Donkamov will skate towards his office in the left circle. He centers it instead as Teixeira got in the way of Donkamov as the puck goes back towards the right side. It lifts to center ice. As the Oilers will fire it around the boards. Januzzi lets it go towards the far side. Dean Yakura, who's got one assist tonight, has the puck. Yakura will outlet it to center ice. Grizzlies chase after it, but it rolls towards Alexander. Otherwise, it probably would have been icing. As the Oilers will keep the play alive, skating from right to left here in the first period. As Tulsa crosses center ice with speed. As Carl Boudria steps over the line, filters over to the left side. Now he gets it across. Right side. Puck bounces over towards Boudria. Grizzlies will clear it out. And let's see. It looks like it's going to be no icing as it's waved off by linesman Adam Hull. As the Oilers will drag it out to center ice. Tulsa feeds it to the left as it bounces and somebody off the screen throws it in. Januzzi will get it to Jordan Stone. Less than 3 minutes left in the first. Stone celebrated a birthday Friday, and Adam Berg has his 27th birthday today. Penner skates in, left wing towards Fitz, back towards Penner. Shot and a score! Fitz to Penner to the back of the net as the Iron Man has given the Grizzlies a 3-1 lead. What a beautiful pass by Dylan Fitz, who got to Penner, bounced off his ankle, and then Penner was able to gather it, and he went 5-hole just under Alexander. As it was a good pass by Fitz, but it bounced off of Penner's ankle, and then Penner had it kicked towards his right, and then he got the puck and was able to filter it past Alexander. So Fitz now has an assist in back-to-back games, and for the Iron Man, Tyler Penner, he gets his 8th goal of the season. Utah now leads 3-1. 2:44 and counting left in the first. As Tulsa wins the draw, and they'll filter it in as Mayhew will toss it towards the far side. Grizzlies get it back to Mayhew, and he'll bounce it off at Krinkovic, who has Tulsa's goal. Oilers will lift it in. Wesley has it bounced towards the near corner as he'll charge after it. He gets it towards Fitz. It goes to center ice. And looks like Utah would have been called for icing, but it got redirected at neutral ice. The Oilers will play on as Tulsa, down by 2, gets to neutral ice. They cross center down the middle and veer off to the left as they'll pivot back into their own zone as Hilderman will skate towards the far side. Now he'll start the attack again as he'll toss it to his left as the Oilers get to center ice, and they'll fire onto Januzzi. Dante will toss it off with his glove towards the near side. For a skater, it would be a hand pass, but for Januzzi, it's just a normal feed to Wesley. Puck goes back into the Oilers zone. Tulsa will outlet it to center ice. Pass doesn't connect, but no icing. As Mayhew behind Utah's net will skate around it. Now Mayhew gets to neutral ice. He'll toss it to Stapley along the near board. Stapley enters the zone. He'll skate towards his left. Stapley stops in the point. Gets to Wesley across. Righty shot and gets redirected and goes just wide as Berg was looking for it about chest high. As the Oilers get it out center ice, but it's Utah that has a puck. Stapley will backhand it ahead. Grizzlies step over the line with numbers. As Utah skates down the middle, Cutler gets cut off as the puck glides towards Alexander. He covers up as Cutler just couldn't break free of the double team down the middle as Alexander holds on with 1:21 left in the first. Grizzlies seem to have been the aggressor offensively, and it's certainly paid off with 3 goals here so far in the first. Penner got Utah's 3rd goal of the night, 17-12 into the first period, with Dylan Fitz getting the main assist. They also gave Jacob Semick a helper. Semick now has 7 assists on the season. We'll go through all the scoring and stats during the first intermission, as there's 1:18 left in the first and counting. Right side shot is saved by Alexander. Rebound goes to Tulsa as Butcher gets to the Sheriff, who crosses center ice. He'll step over the line with speed. He gets around Burke. Sheriff filters it out in front, but it goes to Januzzi, who covers up, as Sheriff was either looking for a cutter out in front of the net or he just tried a sharp-angled shot that Januzzi was able to gather with 1:06 left in the first. It's the Grizzlies 3 and the Oilers 1. Way throughout the season, the first period's been the one where the Grizzlies have had the most trouble. Going into play tonight, the Grizzlies have been outscored 45-31 in the first periods. Both clubs have really been outstanding in the third periods as of late. The Grizzlies over the last 6 games have outscored opponents 10-3 in the third periods. Stapley will take the draw near circle against Tulsa in the Spider-Man themed jerseys. It was Alec Butcher. Butcher wins the draw, right point. Tulsa shot, kick saved by Januzzi. Sheriff gets it back up top, left point. As Boudria cross towards Hilderman. Shot is blocked away by Januzzi's glove, stays in play. Less than a minute left behind Utah's net. Stapley locates it, and it's brushed by Tulsa as the puck goes to the near corner. Stapley continues to battle with Butcher. Butcher gets it up top as a wobbling puck goes to Utah on the high slot. Grizzlies will carry it to neutralize. Raby steps over the line. He'll toss it in. Raby's got an assist tonight as Tulsa will bank it off the far wing boards. Grizzlies made a line change as Wesley will outlet it to center ice. The pass goes wide of the mark. Tulsa chases after it as they get it. It must have got redirected at neutral ice, so no icing as Boudria will moving out to center ice. Pass connects to Sheriff, left wing. He'll skate towards the circle. Sheriff with a righty shot, and it's blocked away by Stapley. He did a good job taking Sheriff's time and space away. Sheriff gets it up top. Krenkovic will backhand it to the far corner. Soft pass as Mike McKee gets it. 5 seconds left in the period. So push it to the far circle. Stapley gets it, and he'll watch the time run out, as that will do it for 20 glorious minutes over at BOK Center, as the Grizzlies got goals from Brandon Cutler, Mick Messner, and Tyler Penner. Interestingly enough, there are 3 Grizzlies players who have appeared in every game this season. This is Utah's 44th game this year. Brandon Cutler, Mick Messner, and Tyler Penner are the only 3 players who have appeared in every game this season, and it's those 3 that have Utah's goals. Kyle Krenkovic scored between Utah's first and second goal, 5:35 into the first. Tulsa ended up with 15 shots to the Grizzlies' 12, according to the score bug on the top left corner of the Flow Sports screen. When we come back, we'll go recap the first period, and we'll also go over some scores from around the league, as it looks like it's another busy day across the league. And we'll also go over the league standings and why this game is pretty important towards the playoff race. After one period, it's the Grizzlies 3 and the Oilers 1. We're back in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
In an action-packed first period, the Grizzlies lead 3-1. I'm Tyson Whiting. Grizzlies scored first tonight, 150 into the first period, as Brandon Cutler got his 19th of the year as he scored from the right circle. Dakota Raby and Dina Kura picked up the assist, and for Cutler, it's his team leading 19th of the year. Raby got his 10th assist, and Dina Kura with his second assist of the season. Tulsa's goal was kind of a miraculous one, as they were towards the end boards. Kyle Krankovic was just a little bit towards Dante Januzzi's right shoulder, and it looked like he bounced it off of Januzzi's ankle and into the back of the net. As Krankovic scored on an impossible angle, he got his 10th of the year. Dougie Legrone got an assist. As 5:35 into the first, Tulsa tied it up. Less than 2 minutes later, Jeremiah Addison was on the left side. He just threw a rink-wide pass towards Mick Messner. Pass connected. Messner skated around a Tulsa defenseman, got to the right side, and fired a backhand shot that went past the right arm of Gage Alexander and into the back of the net as Messner got his 11th of the year. For Jeremiah Addison, it's his first point in a Grizzlies uniform, as he has certainly looked strong. Hopefully we'll see Jeremiah Addison on Friday making his home debut, as he has played in each of the 3 games on this road trip, as he was signed by the Grizzlies this past Thursday as he joined the team in Tulsa. Interestingly enough, you think about what a small world of hockey it is. Jeremiah Addison started the season in Germany. He played a handful of games there. One of his teammates in Germany is Jeff Kitt, who's wearing number 20, and he's in the Tulsa lineup today. So 2 guys who were teammates in Germany are playing on the same ice in Tulsa, Oklahoma in the middle of the season. So Utah took a 2-1 lead after Messner scored 7:12 into the first. Later on, exactly 10 minutes later, you talk about 7:12, Messner scoring 17:12 into the first. Dylan Fitz had the puck in the left side, centered it to Penner. It bounced off of Penner's left ankle and just kind of trickled towards the right side. Penner was able to gather it in front of the crease, and he went 5-hole as he fired it past Gage Alexander to give Utah a 3-1 lead. For Penner, it's his 8th goal of the season. Fitz and Jacob Semick got the assist, and for Semick, it's his 7th assist of the season. Fitz now has an assist in back-to-back games, as he has 10 helpers on the season. And we mentioned it before we went to break. Interestingly enough, the 3 Ironmen on the team, the 3 guys who have appeared in every game for the Grizzlies this season, they're the ones that have the goals: Cutler, Messner, and Tyler Penner. There was 1 power play in the first period as Alec Butcher got a tripping minor, 7:29 into the first. I remember Josh Wesley had a couple good looks from the left side on that power play, but the Grizzlies just couldn't find a way to connect. I don't imagine we're going to see many power plays over the next 2 periods of play. It looks like Sam Hydeman, the referee, is going to let him play if both teams, just kind of respect that. Tulsa outshot Utah 15-12 in the first period. Dante Januzzi stopped 14 of 15. For Gage Alexander, he saved 9 of 12. Interestingly enough, if you're thinking about Alexander possibly getting pulled, well, forget about it. Unless he's hurt, he's going to stay in there. As earlier today, Julian Junka, who got the start and got the loss last night, he did play well in net yesterday. Junka, a pretty good goaltender, who's got a record of 11-8-2. He was just called up to the AHL's San Diego Ghouls. Junka apparently is going to be playing for France in an international tournament. So Junka is going back to France to represent his country. So because of that, Gage Alexander is starting in net. Alexander is a pretty good goaltender, though. He's got an NHL entry-level contract with the Anaheim Ducks. He was drafted in the 5th round by Anaheim in 2021. But obviously, it was a pretty tough first period for him, as he stopped only 9 of 12. For the Grizzlies, they've had some pretty good goaltending as of late. Will Cranley was certainly a stud in net over the last 2 days. He stopped 37 of 40, but he really did a great job keeping the Grizzlies in the game on Friday, despite Tulsa winning 3-2. Now, the game-winning goal was on a redirection out in front, so Cranley didn't allow any soft goals on Friday. Saturday, he stopped 47 of 49, including multiple breakaways in overtime, as he just did an outstanding job. And really, you think about the 4 games, and obviously this is the 10th and final game between the Grizzlies and Oilers this year. In the 4 games that Will Cranley played against Tulsa this season, he stopped 122 of 129 shots. That's right. He had a .945 save percentage in 4 games against Tulsa this season. So Utah leads 3-1. We'll see how the next 20 minutes transpire, we saw a ton more offense in the first period here this afternoon than we saw in either of the first two games of the series. As we mentioned before, there wasn't any goals in the first period on either Friday or Saturday nights. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, Brandon Cutler got the ball rolling, 150 in, and then the Grizzlies responded with two other goals in the first period. As we mentioned before, it's a battle of two hot teams. Tulsa is 8-3-1 over their last 12 games. The Grizzlies, if you think about, the last three games of the 2023 calendar year, that three-game sweep against Tulsa, going back there, the Grizzlies have played good hockey as well, as they are 11-6-1 over their last 18 games. When we come back, we'll go over some scores from around the league, and we'll also talk about where the Grizzlies are in relation to the Mountain Division standings. After one period, Utah leads Tulsa 3-1. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So it's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies Hockey. First intermission over at BOK Center, and the Grizzlies lead the Oilers 3-1. I'm hanging out at the Grizz Cave just next to the Grizzlies team store. And remember, when you come to a Grizzlies home game, go to the Grizzlies team store. They got hats, jerseys, all sorts of stuff. I know I'm a big collector of hats, and I got myself one of those green G hats that kind of resemble the Grizzlies jersey that they're wearing this weekend. And I got one of those at the team store. In fact, if you're watching on YouTube, it's the hat that's right over my left shoulder. It's a beautiful look. You can get that same hat in either a fitted style or in snapback at the Grizzlies team store when you come to the next Grizzlies game. Other action across the league will start with the Mountain Division, as Rapid City got a 3-2 loss against Maine. Rapid City won each of the first two games of the series, and they won them both in convincing fashion. But today, Maine salvages the third game of the series as they defeat Rapid City 3-2, and that's certainly big for the Grizzlies, as Rapid City right now is 1 point ahead of the Grizzlies for fourth place in the Mountain Division, as the Rush with the regulation loss stays at 40 points. That means if the Grizzlies win today, Allen is off today, as the Americans lost to Idaho last night 5-4, though Allen put together a pretty good third period comeback attempt. They lost in regulation last night. Utah and Allen are tied for fifth place in the Mountain Division, so a Grizzlies victory of any kind, regulation or overtime, it doesn't matter. Grizzlies would get the two standings points, and they would pass Rapid City for fourth place in the Mountain Division. And obviously, there's still a ton of action left in the regular season, but that's certainly big considering that the Grizzlies at one point about a month ago were in last place in the division, but because they played some good hockey, and in particular because they've held their own on the road over their last 11 games. In fact, their last 11 road games, which began at the start of the 2024 calendar year, Utah's 5-1 away from Maverick Center. So obviously it'd be a big one today to, win the series against Tulsa, take 5 out of 6 standings points, and take fourth place in the Mountain Division. That's certainly big because the Grizzlies have been outstanding on home ice, and 4 of the next 5 games for the Grizzlies will be at Maverick Center. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. Other action involving Mountain Division opponents. They're just getting underway for the second period as Wichita leads Kansas City 1-0, as the Thunder have had a rough go of it as they are 0-5-1 in their last 6 games, but they lead Kansas City 1-0 early in the second period. Other action in the league, a few games have already gone final. Indy defeats Newfoundland 4-3 in a shootout as Indy takes 2 out of 3 games in that series. South Carolina shuts out Atlanta 6-0. Reading gets a 2-1 overtime win over Adirondack. Reading is breaking in a new head coach as their coach earlier this week got canned. Greenville scored a touchdown, and they kicked the extra point as they defeated Savannah 7-3. Halfway through the second period, Orlando leads Wheeling 1-0, and obviously we're going to get a good look at the Wheeling Nailers a couple weeks from now at Maverick Center, as Wheeling's going to be in for a 3-game set, February 16th and 17th at 7:10, and Monday, February 19th at 3 o'clock. And make a note of that Monday game on February 19th. You know, the Oilers are wearing Spider-Man themed specialty jerseys. Well, Monday, February 19th is going to be Marvel Night, and the Grizzlies will be wearing some superhero specialty jerseys for the occasion. Orlando leads Jordan Martell's Wheeling Nailers 1-0 halfway through the second period. After one period, no score between Kalamazoo and Fort Wayne. And late first period, Toledo leads Jeff Carr's Norfolk Admirals 3-0. When we come back, we'll have second period action over at BOK Center as Utah leads Tulsa 3-1 as the Grizzlies got first period goals from Brandon Cutler, Mick Messner, and Tyler Penner, and Dante Januzzi was outstanding in net, stopping 14 of 15. Tulsa's goal was scored by Kyle Krenkovic, 5:35 into the first period. We'll come back and have second period action next as you've been listening to the Rio Tinto Kennecott Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
With the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Welcome back to Grizzlies Hockey. We're about set for second period action here in a couple minutes. It's the last game of the road trip. Utah has won 1-1 through 3 games on the trip. The Grizzlies return home on Friday night. It's going to be an AFCU Fridays. The Grizzlies take on the arch rival Idaho Steelheads. And with every AFCU Friday, tickets start just $10 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. And then the scene will shift to Idaho Central Arena on Saturday night as the Grizzlies will take on the Steelheads at 7:10. So that'll be an interesting 2-game series. Idaho has had quite a few roster moves as their roster has been depleted a little bit with players ended up going up to the AHL, which isn't all that surprising because Idaho has been an outstanding club over the last year and a half, and finally they're starting to lose some players to the American Hockey League. So it's a 2-game set against Idaho next week, Friday at Maverick Center at 7:10, and Saturday over in Boise. Faceoff will also be at 7:10. When the Wheeling Nailers come to town for the first time first time the Grizzlies have ever hosted Wheeling. Utah has been at Wheeling quite a few times in their franchise history, but it's the first time the Nailers will be at Maverick Center. The first game of that set's going to be an AFCU Friday. That's going to be on February 16th to begin the series. Grizzlies Fight Cancer Night will be on Saturday, February 17th. So that is 13 days from now. And join us as we honor those lost loved ones and those who are fighting the brave fight. And then Marvel Superhero Day is going to be on Monday, February 19th, and the Grizzlies, it appears, going to be wearing Spider-Man themed specialty jerseys for the occasion. I'm not sure how similar they are to the Tulsa Oilers look that they're wearing today. I got to imagine they're pretty similar, though, as there's only so much you can do with Spider-Man, who I think is one of the coolest fictional characters you can come up with. As both teams are on the ice, we'll have second period action here shortly. We'll see if the Grizzlies can either extend the lead or at the very most keep it a 2-goal contest. And obviously, with it being the third game in less than 48 hours, fatigue is probably going to settle in as the game progresses. And so usually what seems to be the case in these occasions, the club that gets off to a fast start ends up coasting to victory. And for the Grizzlies, obviously, they'd love to find a way to get a victory here to win the series and take 5 out of 6 standings points. The Grizzlies, when leading after one period this season, have a record of 10-2. When leading after 2 periods, the Grizzlies have a record of 11-2-1. So it's certainly big for the Grizzlies to get off to a fast start. The Tulsa mascot, who looks like he's in a constant frown as he wants to hear some noise from the BOK Center faithful, as he raises his left arm as he rings a bell to get the crowd fired up here, as both teams are near center ice for the face-off. Grizzlies will be skating from right to left as we see it from high top section, whatever this is, of the Grizz Cave. And your mind's eye see it on YouTube. Yeah, I know what YouTube's known for, but we'll try to paint a picture for you. Grizzlies win the draw as Wickers gets over to Teixeira. They're out there with Berg, Stapley, and Cutler. As the puck bounces at center ice, it goes back to Teixeira at the blue line. As Teixeira gets it from Wickers, far side, he'll tap it to center ice. It goes to Stapley, across to Berg on his birthday. Berg settles into the zone. He'll skeet towards the near goal line as Berg gets pushed by Doogie Legron as he tried to get towards Cutler along the far wing. Cutler gets held up as Tulsa takes the puck, and they'll carry it out to center ice. Oilers step over the line. Matsushima chips over to his left as the Oilers fire left wing shot. Glove saved by Januzzi. He holds on as Dante has now stopped 15 of 16 as he makes the first save of the second period. That shot was taken by Dallas Komu, who's still looking for his first goal of the season. Komu has 6 assists in 16 games and a +6 rating. Grizzlies make their first line change of the second period as Nathan Burke, Mick Messner, and Jeremiah Addison will take the ice. Messner and Wesley out there for Utah. Messner scored a first period goal, which was his 11th of the year, and Jeremiah Addison got his first point in a Grizzlies uniform. Draw on the far circle, won by Butcher and the Oilers, but Utah took it away as Burke will get to center ice. He'll throw it in as Addison will gallop after it as he gets blasted along the near glass. The glass sways back and forth at BOK Center. Oilers diagonal it toward the near side. It goes to Sheriff, who moves it across. Oilers step over the line, left wing, lefty shot. And a save by Januzzi. As might have bounced off of Januzzi and gone wide. We didn't get a good look at the net there as the shot goes wide and out of play 54 seconds into the second period. Now, Drow's going to come back to neutralize, so it's possible away from the screen. Tulsa actually got called for offside. As Butcher will take the draw, he's out there with Dante Sheriff. Sheriff's got 12 goals and 19 assists in 39 games. He's certainly been active in this series, displaying his great speed. Oilers win the draw left side. They've got 5 defensemen this afternoon. They'll roll it along the boards towards the near corner. As Mayhew gets pushed by Butcher, the glass sways back and forth with ease. As Messner holds up an Oiler. As a puck goes towards Wesley, who skates around Utah's net. Wesley will lift it out to center ice. It's gloved and dropped by Addison. He'll fire towards the net, and it's sticked away by Alexander towards the far side. As Tulsa gets hit by Addison as the puck drifts towards the right point. Messner keeps it in, but we get a whistle. As looks like the puck might have exited the zone, then Messner tried to get it back in, offside on the Grizzlies. As the draw is going to be at neutral ice near Utah's bench, with third-year head coach Ryan Kanasowicz looking on, and the assistant Christian Horn. Boy, what a sharp look. We wish we can get a close-up on the coaches. You talk about the best-dressed coaches in the league. That's Kanasowicz and Horn right there. Doesn't look like Horn's wearing a tie, but he's certainly making the look work. Kind of a dark suit jacket with a white shirt. Draw one by the Oilers. It goes back deep in their own zone as they'll filter it along the near wing boards as Tulsa enters the zone. As Michael Farron skates towards the near corner now around Januzzi's net as he's being shadowed by Semick. As the Oilers get it up top, Hilderman, right point, righty shot. Saved by Januzzi as he absorbed it in the butterfly position. He holds on with 18-18 left in the second. Dean Yakura and Jordan Stone did a good job protecting the crease, but Januzzi's done a pretty good job here so far today, controlling the rebounds. Cutler will take the draw against Carson Folk. Folk scored the game-tying goal on Friday early in the third period. He's got 6 goals and 14 assists and a +3 rating in 37 games. Draw one by the Grizzlies near side. They'll push it out to the right point, but the Oilers keep it in. As Folk dances around, now he'll get it up top right point. McKee will slide it across left side. Righty shot is blocked away. Puck off the near boards. Cutler will bounce it off an Oiler and Mike McKee. It stays in with Farron over to McKee. Right circle. Lefty shot is blocked away by Januzzi as it bounced off his right shoulder. Puck still in play right side as McKee stops before he gets to the corner sporting a beard. He gets it up top and the puck exits the zone. As puck's at neutralized, Grizzlies step in right side. They'll get it to Cutler. High slot. Lefty shot and a score! Brandon Cutler gets the second of the game, and Utah's taking a 4-1 lead. Yakura was on the right side, centered it to Cutler, who was skating into the zone, and Cutler fired it top shelf over the right shoulder of Gage Alexander. So it's the Grizzlies 4 and the Oilers 1. If that was Dean Yakura on the right side getting it to Cutler, that's Yakura's second assist of the game, and that would be his first multiple-point game in a Grizzlies uniform. And for Brandon Cutler, he's now on hat-trick watch as he scored 2. As Utah leads 4-1, Wickers gets it ahead. Cutler usually celebrates his goals quite a bit. He didn't celebrate at all. As Utah leads 4-1, puck deep in the Tulsa zone. As Aragon's over there, he gets pinned by Dougie Legrone. As the puck goes off of the skate of Penner, Penner gets the puck. He gets it back towards Aragon. It gets held up in the near corner by Matsushima. As Aragon now gets hit along his right shoulder. Penner gets it up top along the near wall to Wickers. It gets it back towards Penner. He skates towards the front of the net. Aragon behind it. Gets hit and gets divorced from the puck as Tulsa will push it out to center ice. It goes towards the Utah line where Teixeira will tap it ahead. Puck goes to center ice. Quinn Wickers extends the stick to reach it, but Tulsa gets it back. They skate towards right side, a breakaway shot. And it bounces off of Januzzi. Jendanov took the shot, and it might have gone wide over his head. As the puck's towards the far corner, Tulsa gets the left circle. One-timer goes wide. Actually, it was blocked by Aragon. Puck goes to the left point and out to the corner. Tulsa left circle. One-timer. Saved by Januzzi. Rebound to the right side. Shot. Saved by Januzzi again. Dante's laying down. Tulsa. Fans on firing it in from the left side. As Dante back to his feet. Grizzlies clear it out to center. Tulsa gets it towards the near side. Hilderman will move it across. Tulsa carries it across the line down the middle. Butcher, righty shot is blocked away. Sheriff skates towards the right side. Puck gets some air under it. As Grizzlies push it to the high slot, Hilderman keeps it in. He gets around Berg towards his left. As Hilderman backhands to the left side, Sheriff shot saved by Januzzi. As the puck bounced off a stick towards the near corner. As it goes to the right side, Cutler avoids a check. As the puck goes deeper into the Grizzlies zone towards the end boards. As Tulsa skates towards the far side, they get it up top left point. Shot saved by Januzzi. And he covers up as he bobbled it for a second, but Dante was able to regather it and hold on with 15:50 left in the second. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Oilers 1. Tulsa has outshot Utah 23-13, but it hasn't mattered as the Grizzlies have 4 goals on just 13 shots against Gage Alexander. Drowsky in the far circle. Brett Stapley will take it. Stapley leads the Grizzlies with 9 multiple-point games. Cutler's goal, 2:18 into the second, was assisted by Dean Yakura, who now has 2 assists today. As puck goes to the left point, Tulsa won the draw as they get it towards the end wall. As Barrett Jendanov, right side, he's been one of Tulsa's best players. He'll stop along the near wall, center it out in front. Shot saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Stapley. And Stapley will push it to his left to Cutler, who skates down the middle. Cutler's on hat trick watch. He loses the puck as he was entering the zone, as he'll skate towards the far corner after it. Cutler loses his balance, but keeps his feet. Stapley gets pushed by Legrone as the puck squirts towards Tulsa as they get pushed in the back by Stapley. As Tulsa sauces it towards the near side, it goes to Barrett Jendanov, who looks like he's got pretty good size. He'll filter it out to the right side. Puck got air under it. Stapley got it at the Utah blue line. Diagonal pass to the right. Addison will chase after it deep in the Oilers zone. He gets hit in the corner. As Tulsa gets back checked by Addison as the puck squirts towards the left circle. As the Oilers will diagonal it out to the center ice, right wing. Oilers will backhand it in. It goes towards Teixeira behind Januzzi. As Teixeira will throw it to his left. As Nathan Burke crosses center ice with speed, he gets held up along the near wall. As Hilderman will move it across as the Oilers will push it out to Grizzlies territory. They step over the line, left side, lefty shot. Saved by Januzzi, and Dante holds on. 14:34 left in the second period. Januzzi's off to a pretty good start here tonight, and the Grizzlies have had some outstanding goaltending in this series. Draw's going to be in the far circle. 25 shots fired away by Tulsa. Januzzi has saved 24 of them. We'll see if Brandon Cutler can get the hat trick here this afternoon. Utah hasn't had one yet this year. Off the drop. Left wing righty shot goes wide. Puck bounces in the far circle. Burke gets it. He gets hit in the corner as he pushes an Oiler. And the whistle blows as Burke had lost his stick. And play is stopped. The linesman skated towards the corner. They thought a confrontation was going to take place. But it looked like just one of those normal hits. Burke with a push. He had lost his stick. And play had stopped. It's one of those they tried to step in there, and there probably was no reason to step in there. As the draw is going to be over in the far circle, both guys, broke it up pretty quickly once the linesman settled in, so no penalty was called. As Alec Butcher will take the draw against Mick Messner, crouches down low. Messner played at Merrimack in Wisconsin, so he played with two different colleges. Grizzlies win the draw. They'll get it to Addison, who will push it across. Right side, Grizzlies step over the line. Messner fires the Burke shot. It goes wide as Burke was looking to get it from Messner, and the pass just went wide as Butcher backhands it in from center ice. He'll chase after it in the far corner as he gets pushed by Teixeira as the glass sways back and forth. Wickers towards the near goal line, gets it ahead towards Addison, as Addison will steer it ahead left side as Messner will throw it in from the line. Alexander will push it back towards the near side. Messner chasing after it as Farron will clear it out to center. It goes back over to Utah as they outlet it. As it goes past Raby, who chases after it in the near corner, as Tulsa will throw it around their net towards Boudria, as Boudria gets it towards Anthony Costantini, as he'll stop behind Alexander's net. 13:35 and counting left in the second. Utah leads 4-1. As Brandon Cutler has 2 goals, Mick Messner and Tyler Penner have each found the back of the net. As Boudria will move it ahead. Oilers step over the line, right side, lefty shot, kick saved by Januzzi on the low liner. As the puck glides along the far boards, Dougie Legrone back at his line has it. As he'll saucer it ahead, Oilers step over the line, right wing. Jendenov skates towards a circle. As Jendenov skates towards his left, and he gets it taken away. As Brett Stapley out to neutralize, he crosses center. Stapley steps over the line along the near boards as he gets dragged down by an Oiler and Dougie Legrone. Puck goes to Yakura, who's got 2 assists tonight. He gets tripped up, no call. As Raby over there trying to play the puck over the near circle. As they get it over to Stapley, toe drag, righty shot. He couldn't get the shot off as he had lost it off his stick. Boudria will roll it along the far wall. It goes to center ice. Grizzlies have it again. As Utah's doing a good job with puck possession here. As Wesley ahead to Raby will bounce it off an Oiler. Tulsa clears it out to center. Grizzlies reset. Mayhew will chip it in as he didn't get much on it. Raby fires it towards Fitz. Right side shot saved by Alexander. Fitz gets pushed along the glass by Matsushima as the puck goes towards the near side. Penner gets it up top. As left side, Mayhew will filter it to his right. Somebody off the screen took a shot that's blocked away. The shot was taken by Wesley. As the Oilers get the puck, they'll move it out to center ice. Wesley gets it back. He's near the Oilers bench. He'll push it ahead. Tulsa picks it off at center ice. He'll skate towards the left circle. Oilers get held up by Aragon. They couldn't get a shot off. As Komu gets up top, right point. As Costantini slides it across, puck exits the zone. Tulsa resets. Big Mike McKee, longest tenured Oiler, fires onto Januzzi, who gloves it and immediately drops it to keep the play alive. As Tulsa rolls it around the wall, Aragon looks over his shoulder. He gets the puck, and he'll bounce it to center ice as Tulsa gathers it, and they'll wing it back to center ice. Oilers push it ahead, right side to Sheriff. He'll step over the line. Sheriff skates towards the circle. Righty shot goes wide. He went glove side on Januzzi and missed the net. As Stapley gets the center ice looking for Cutler. Tulsa bounces it back towards the Utah blue line where it's taken by Messner. He'll backhand it ahead as it was brushed by Mayhew. Now Tulsa skates in left side. Shot, glove save by Januzzi. What a stop by Dante as he has been a brick wall here so far. 11:17 left in the second. Utah leads 4-1 as Brandon Cutler has 2 goals on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
11 minutes, 17 seconds left in the second period. Grizzlies lead 4-1. Tulsa has outshot Utah 12-1 in the second period. However, that one shot ended up finding the back of the net. That was Brandon Cutler, as he got a second of the game and 20th of the season. And we'll see if he gets Utah's first hat trick of the season. Grizzlies win the draw. Burke pushes ahead. Cutler across center ice will filter it in as a puck bounces towards the far corner. It's sliced around by Tulsa as they'll get it to center ice, and they'll push it deep into the Grizzlies zone. And it's going to be icing on the Oilers with 11:01 left in the second. Yeah, it's really fascinating to see the shot count 12-1 in favor of Tulsa in the second period. That's not all that unusual for the Oilers. Tulsa takes 36.5 shots per game, and they allow just 29.5. So on average, the Oilers outshoot their opponents by 7 per game. But it doesn't really matter if you find the back of the net on 4 of those 13 shots. Stapley will take the drive, wins it. Cutler with a shot saved by Alexander as Cutler was looking for the hat trick. As Legrone gets the rebound, he'll carry it across center ice. Legrone will backhand it off the near boards. Farron chases after it. Wickers gets held up as the puck squirts towards the far side. As the Grizzlies moving out to center. Stapley gets to center, and he'll lift it in as Berg chases after it, far corner. Tulsa gathers it, though, as Berg delivered a shot. Farron will push it to his left. Now back to Farron on the give and go. Step over the line towards the near corner. Farron around the net, gets pushed by Wickers. They get towards the left circle, but couldn't handle the pass as Addison moves it towards Burke, who crosses center ice. Burke will push it ahead off an Oiler as Grizzlies keep it in. Messner, left wing shot goes wide as the puck glides along the far boards. And the Oilers cross center ice. They get spun around by Messner. It's picked off by Burke in the high slot of the Grizzlies zone. He'll get to Mayhew. Diagonal pass connects. Messner, high slot, skates in. Lefty shot goes wide. Addison towards the far side. Messner in the area as the puck bounces out of play. As we're an even 10 minutes left in the second period. So we're exactly halfway through the scheduled 60 minutes here in regulation. Utah leads 4-1 as Brandon Cutler has 2 goals. Mick Messner and Tyler Penner have added goals, and the Grizzlies have 2 assists from Dean Yakura, who got his first multiple-point game in a Grizzlies uniform. There's only been 1 penalty, and that was Alec Butcher for Tulsa. 2 minutes for tripping, 7:29 into the first period. Draw won by Tulsa. They skate from left to right here in the second period. As we watch it on Flow Sports, they'll bank it off the near glass. Goes deep into the Grizzlies zone. Wesley chases after it as he delivers a shot on Dallas Como, who's got good speed. Left side shot. Goes a little bit wide. Glove side on Januzzi. Grizzlies will loft it out to center as Cutler will push it to his right for Yakura. Skates down the middle. He'll drift towards the right side. Yakura rolls it along the boards at the end of a shift as a puck to the near side. Cutler gallops after it. Raby throws it to the corner off of Tulsa's stick as the puck skips towards the far side. Tulsa will push it out to center ice. Jendanov overskates it. Grizzlies gather the puck as they push it to the left side for Raby. He gets to Messner. Messner couldn't quite handle it. Alexander will nudge it ahead towards the far side. Raby over in the corner hustles after as the puck bounces to Tulsa as they clear it to center. Wesley will push it back towards the Tulsa line as the Oilers will bank it off the near boards as Matsushima throws it behind his back, but it goes back to Utah as they'll hit it off the linesman as Matsushima will keep it in. He'll skate towards the near goal line. Staring pass shot goes wide as they're looking for Yevdokimov out in front of the net. Wesley will steer it ahead. Bouncing puck to center ice. It's taken by Mike McKee of Tulsa as he'll saucer it across towards Hilderman. Now back to McKee as he'll move it to his left. As the puck bounced off a stick, it goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Januzzi stays in net. Tulsa will saucer it across near corner. Fitz gets pushed. Penner in the area as well. It goes to the right side. Shot is blocked by Penner. Penner gets up slowly as Fitz gets to neutralize. He crosses center. He'll backhand it off the far boards. Aragon chases after it. And hopefully Penner's okay. He blocked that one pretty good from the right side as he stays in there. Tulsa centers it. Now it goes back to Butcher. Shot. And it goes wide as they try to get it back towards Yevdokimov on the left side. As it's still 4-1 Grizzlies. Puck bounces at center ice. Aragon gets it. He'll skate into the right side. He'll center it to Stapley, who drifts towards the near side. Fires a shot, saved by Alexander, who pushes it towards the near corner. As the Oilers will loft it out to center ice. Puck bounces in the Grizzlies zone. Tulsa has the puck. As Krankovic will skate towards his left. He'll fake a shot, and he'll drop it off to the left point. Oilers skate towards their right. Now he'll drop it off for Legrone, who will push it to the right side. As Butcher, right side slap shot goes wide. As he went glove side on Januzzi. Puck still in play. High slot. Righty shot is kicked away by Utah. Teixeira pushes ahead, but it's kept in by Sheriff. As the Oilers left side shot blocker saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Berg, but we get a whistle. As looks like there might be a penalty on the play as something happened away from the whistle. Either that was play with a high stick. 7:24 left in the second. It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Oilers 1. We're back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Utah leads 4-1. We're skating 5-on-5 with 7:24 left in the second period. Mick Messner will take the draw against Eddie Matsushima. As puck won by Tulsa, right side. Krankovic fires towards the net, and it's blocked away. Krankovic has Tulsa's lone goal. He has 10 on the season. Hildeman on the right side. He'll filter it to his left as the Oilers will direct it to the left side. Shot goes wide as puck drifts towards the near boards. Oilers get to Krankovic, who was an outstanding player in the WHL last year. As slot shot is blocked away by Matsushima's stick. Messner will backhand it towards Aragon, who couldn't reach it. And the puck goes back to Krankovic, right side. As he's at center ice now, he'll skate in down the middle, and he'll veer off to the right. Oilers get hit as they try to get it back towards Krankovic as the puck along the near wall. As Grizzlies won the battle, and they'll clear it out. As no icing as Alexander plays it behind his net. Grizzlies make a line change. 6.5 minutes left in the second period. 4-1 Grizzlies. Hildeman will push it to his left as the Oilers step over the line to get to Krankovic, who gets spun around and divorced from the puck. Good defensive play by Aragon, who's played a good game. Wickers directs it to center ice, left wing. Grizzlies step over the line as Burke drops it off for Wickers, who skates towards the near corner. He gets pushed by Legrone. Puck goes behind Tulsa's net where it's taken by Farron, who skates along the center ice logo. Now he'll step over the line. He'll stop at the left point as he gets pushed by Burke as it's pushed towards Matsushima, who gets it across. Tulsa throws it off the near wall, right point. Now they get it across to the left. Oilers now in the left circle with it as somebody off the screen has it. And now it goes back to the left side. Righty shot. And a blocker saved by Januzzi. Puck stays in play. Matsushima far side gets it up top. Oilers across to Legrone on the right side. They'll get it back to the left. Now in the high slot. Tulsa drops it off for Legrone and feeds it to the left side. Shot is blocked by Teixeira, who backhands it out of the zone. Alexander will play it over to the left side. As it does look like it's a power play for Tulsa. Brett Stapley got a slashing minor, 12:36 into the second period. So it's a power play for the Oilers. As Grizzlies get it back, they'll toss it off the boards towards Cutler. Hey, good news. Successful penalty kill by the Grizzlies. Stapley's out of the box, as there was no way of knowing that the Grizzlies were shorthanded there. As Berg steps over the line, he'll skate towards the near corner. He gets set. Berg on his 27th birthday over there with Cutler. Cutler's on the left side. He'll backhand it towards the middle for Stapley, but Tulsa cuts in front of them. Oilers get to the left side for Sheriff. They'll cross center ice 1-on-3. He steps over the line, drops it off as the Oilers now settle into the zone. Centering pass shot goes wide as they were looking for Butcher out in front. As Berg along the near side gets the center ice for Stapley, back to Berg as he'll skate towards the right side over to Cutler. One-timer, saved by Alexander. As Cutler had a good look there for the hat trick, but Alexander made a glove save with 4:38 left in the second. He holds on a timeout on the ice as Utah leads 4-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
It's the Grizzlies 4, Tulsa 1 here late in the second period, 4:38 left. Other action in the Mountain Division, Wichita leads Kansas City 2-1 with 6 minutes left in the second period. Earlier today, Maine defeated Rapid City 3-2, and that means if Utah wins today, they will take over fourth place in the Mountain Division with 41 points. Right now, Utah trails Rapid City by 1 standing point. Rapid City has 40. Utah is tied for fifth with Allen with 39 points each. As the Oilers win the draw in their Spider-Man specialty jerseys, they'll backhand it to center ice. Burke will fire it back in as Jared Hilderman will play it. Tulsa's down to 5 defensemen today as Kyler Wall was hurt last night, and he was replaced in the lineup by Keyshawn Gervais. As Hilderman still behind his net, as Matsushima cuts in front of the net, Hilderman still behind it with the puck. Oilers have outshot the Grizzlies 30-16, as now Hilderman will start the attack himself. As he'll glide slowly towards his line, he'll push it ahead. Grizzlies will saucer it out towards Allison. Addison, they get to Messner, chases after it in the near corner, over to Addison, back towards Messner behind the net, but it's taken away by McKee. Will backhand it ahead. Puck bounces in the high slot. Burke keeps it in, but Tulsa taps it back to center. Oilers right side will step over the line as Matsushima gets back checked by Burke, but Matsushima keeps the puck. He'll backhand it to the right side for McKee. He'll take a lefty shot. Saved by Januzzi. Dante holds on with 3:42 left in the second. So far, Januzzi has saved 30 of 31. Time out of the ice. Grizzlies lead 4-1 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Puck flips high into the air. Grizzlies skate to the left side. Raby over in the corners. Utah leads 4-1. 3.5 minutes left in the second period. Raby gets to Cutler, who tried to center it, and it bounced off a skate and goes towards Raby. He's in the far corners. He's being shadowed like a hawk as Raby will reverse towards the near side. Drop it off for Cutler. Shot. Saved by Alexander. What a crafty play by Raby behind the net to get it out in front to Cutler, who's looking for his third of the game. But Alexander gobbled it with 3:18 left in the second. Draws give me the Tulsa zone. And Cutler, after scoring a second goal, had 2 or 3 pretty good looks for his third of the game. And obviously, Utah's still looking for their first hat trick of the season. Seems like over the years, the Grizzlies get 2 or 3 of those this season. Dania Cruz got 2 assists tonight. Will take the face off. He's out there with Raby on the left wing, and I think that's Cutler to the right. Semick and Stone up top. The Grizzlies have had some success here in the series. They've taken 3 out of 4 points. They're looking for the series win. Tulsa wins the draw. They'll fire it all the way towards Januzzi. No icing. A Semick in the far corner gets bounced. It goes to Stone behind the net. Stone deep in the Grizzlies zone surveys. He'll fake to his left as Stone continues to look on as he'll skate towards the near side. Now push it out to center ice. And puck bounces in the Oilers zone. Yakura behind the net will skate towards the far corner as he gets pushed along the glass. As Yakura skates towards the point, Tulsa took the puck away as they'll carry it across center ice. Tulsa will backhand it in slowly. The Oilers will move it across right side. Raby gets the puck as he cut in front of Dante Sheriff. Raby loses it neutral ice as the Oilers will toss it ahead left wing. Butcher steps over the line, drops it off for Keyshawn Gervais, who spins it to Sheriff. Sheriff on the far side pushes back towards Gervais as Sheriff gets it to the right side, but the puck exits the zone. Tulsa will back it out into their own end as Cutler comes off the ice. Right wing pass to Sheriff connects as Sheriff throws to the left side. It bounced off a fit stick, but the Oilers enter. Backhand shot goes over Januzzi's head off the end glass. Sheriff gets it across, but Tulsa got their stick lifted and they couldn't get it. Raby crosses center ice with speed. He'll step over the line. Tulsa back defensively as Raby stops along the near boards. He loses it as Jared Hilderman along the near goal line will toss it ahead. Oilers cross center as they step over the line 3-on-3 as Jendenov gets pushed by Penner. The Grizzlies Iron Man as the puck around Utah's net as Mayhew gets bounced as the puck goes back towards him in the far corner. As Tulsa on the right side being shadowed by Stone. As they'll drop it off right side. Shot saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Legrone. He's the one that took the initial shot. Wrap around. Shot and a score. As Januzzi had lost his balance, Dougie Legrone skated around the net and fired it past the goal line as he gets his third of the year. And it's now a 4-2 game. Boy, there was so much traffic out in front of the net with about 5 bodies near the crease. Januzzi had lost his balance as Legrone took the shot from the right side. Then Januzzi on his side. Legrone just fired it over him for the Oilers' second goal. So it's a 4-2 game with 1:28 left in the second. As the Oilers scored one in the first with Kyle Krenkovic, and now it's Dougie Legrone getting his third of the year. They're going to look it over. Really the big question is, how did Januzzi hit the ice? You're talking about goaltender interference possibly. So it looks like they're going to go to video replay. I mean, the only thing that really can challenge is the goal line in relation to anything. As the Tulsa fans have something to cheer about. Tulsa averaging about 7,100 fans per game on the season. It'll be good to get back to Maverick Center on Friday night. Looks like they're going to video replays. Both teams are standing near their respective benches. And they're looking at the validity of this Dougie Legrone goal. They won't show a replay because I think it's the same feed that they show on the video board at center ice in Tulsa. They don't want the fans to, I guess, have any sort of influence on the call. And so the viewer at home is the one that loses. And in particular, me here trying to describe, whether the goal should count or not. And so we're going to be left in the dark right now as the officials look it over on a tablet at center ice. Now the referee sees what he wants to see, and we're going to see the signal. And it looks like, according to the fans' reaction, it's a good goal. As I imagine, Sam Heidemann pointed to center ice, and he does, as it's a 4-2 game. So Draw's going to be at center ice. Tulsa talking with Sam Heidemann. As faceoff's going to be at center ice with Berg out there with Steepley and Cutler. 1:28 left in the second. So it's now a 4-2 game. Legrone scored the goal. Bear Jendenov and Eddie Matsushima picked up the assist. 18:32 into the second period. As Draw goes deep into the Grizzlies zone near corner. 2-on-2 battle. And it gets up top. Tulsa feathers it to the left side. McKee fires towards the net. Januzzi makes the save. As Dante holds on with 1:13 left in the second. As the Oilers doing what they can to try to climb back into this one. Tulsa has been a pretty good third period club. In fact, the third period has been their best frame so far this season. They've got a +7 goal margin in the third periods. So if you're a Grizzlies fan, it's a pretty good start right now, up 4-2, but you can't count your chickens until they're hatched. They haven't hatched yet. There's a draw won by the Oilers, but Cutler takes it away. Brandon Cutler with 2 goals. He gets blasted by Mike McKee at the line as he was trying to skate out of the Grizzlies zone. Tulsa crosses center ice as McKee will skip it towards the right corner. As McKee gets it off the ice, he gets hit by Wesley. Puck out in front. Now goes to the left point. Shot is blocked away. Now Tulsa around Utah's net as the Oilers get towards the middle. Righty shot goes wide as Stapley along the far side will push it to the left point, but the Oilers keep it in as Tulsa throws it off the boards. Now behind Utah's net. Tulsa with a shot, and it's blocked away by Mayhew, who gets the puck with half a minute left in the period. He'll direct it to his right off of Berg's stick. Berg chases after it. He gets pushed by Carl Boudria as the Oilers come up with the puck as they'll slice it out to center ice. Now they enter the zone, right point. They'll drop it to the near corner. Wickers took it away. Wickers slides it towards his right for Burke, who will hustle out of the zone. Burke crosses center, and he'll fire it towards the right corner as it skips off the ice. Addison gets slashed, no call. Addison Feathers it across. It goes off the near boards. 3 seconds left in the period. Wickers gets pushed by Butcher. And that will do it for 40 minutes over at BOK Center, as Brandon Cutler scored a second period goal to extend Utah's lead to 4-1. But the Oilers, with a minute and a half left in the second period, found the back of the net as Doogie Legron on a wraparound got his third of the year, with Eddie Matsushima and Bear Jendanov getting the assists. So it's the Grizzlies 4 and the Oilers 2. When we come back in 2 minutes, we'll recap the first 2 periods of play, and we'll also talk about what the Grizzlies need to do in order to pick up 2 standings points in a series victory. The first 2 games of this series each went to overtime. Tulsa won 3-2 on Friday night. Grizzlies responded last night as Brandon Cutler played the role of the hero, as Utah won 3-2 on a power play goal, 6:05 into overtime. Cutler continues his hot run as he's got 2 goals tonight. We'll see in the third period if he becomes the Grizzlies' first player to get a hat trick this season. After 2 periods, it's the Grizzlies 4 and the Oilers 2. We're back in 2 minutes on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
Second intermission over at BOK Center, and the Grizzlies have a 4-2 lead. Utah scored first this afternoon as Brandon Cutler, 150 in, scored from the right circle with Dakota Raby and Dean Yakura getting the assists. Utah is 12-3-1 when scoring first this season, and we'll see if they'll hold on as they got a 2-goal lead. Tulsa tied it up at 1 as Kyle Krankovic on an almost impossible angle from behind the goal line just bounced it off of Januzzi and into the back of the net. 5:35 in. He got his 10th of the year. Doogie Legron picked up an assist. Legron played in 1 game to start his pro career with the Grizzlies in the 2018-2019 season. Legron has been a solid defenseman for Tulsa. He is a +11 on the season, and he is a +2 here this afternoon in a game where his team trails by 2 goals. Grizzlies took a 2-1 lead as Jeremiah Addison threw a diagonal pass from the left side onto Messner. Messner got it. He skated around the Tulsa defense on the right side, fired a backhand shot stick side that went past Alexander to give Utah a 2-1 lead, 7-12 into the first period. Late in the frame, exactly 10 minutes after Messner made it 2-1, as Messner scored 7-12 in, 17-12 in. Dylan Fitz was in the left circle, centered it to Penner. It bounced off of Penner's left ankle and rolled towards the right side of him. Penner got the puck and went 5-hole under Alexander to extend Utah's lead to 3-1. Penner got his 8th of the year. Fitz and Semick got the assists. Utah led 3-1 after 1 period, even though Tulsa outshot Utah 15-12 in the first period. Grizzlies extended the lead early in the second period as Brandon Cutler stepped over the line. Dean Yakura was on the right wing, got it to Cutler down the middle. Cutler was a little bit closer to the blue line than he was on the goal line down the middle when he took the shot that went past Gage Alexander to extend Utah's lead to 4-1. So Cutler got his second of the game and 20th of the season. We'll see if Brandon Cutler can find a way to get Utah's first hat trick of the season. And that made it a 4-1 game as he scored 2:18 in. And then late in the second period, Doogie Legrone was on the right side. He skated around the net. Januzzi had lost his balance. We didn't get to see why he lost his balance. There was just a ton of bodies laying near the crease. Legrone skated around the net towards the far circle and just kind of fired it over Januzzi and into the back of the net, 18:32 in. Bear Jendenov, who's been one of Tulsa's best forwards all series, he was a pickup, I think, from the SPHL about a month ago. And Jendenov looks like he has been quite the player. He started the season with the Evansville Thunderbolts. Jendenov had 1 goal and 1 assist last night, and he picked up an assist as well as Eddie Matsushima, who's been a constant for Tulsa over the last 2.5 years. And that cut into the Grizzlies' lead, making it 4-2, and that's where we stand after 40 minutes of play. Both teams are 0 for 1 on the power play. Alec Butcher for Tulsa got a tripping minor, 7:29 into the first period. And there was absolutely no way that we would have known that Brett Stapley was in the penalty box, except for looking at the box score. Stapley got a slashing minor, 12:36 into the second period. And I guess because we didn't know that Tulsa had a power play, kind of says that, nothing, special happened during that power play for the Oilers. As the Grizzlies' penalty kill at times has been outstanding. You think about on the road over the last month and a half, though, their victory in Kansas City, January 20th, they had a 5-on-3. Kansas City had 2 5-on-3 power plays there. The Grizzlies did a good job on the penalty kill. Early in the second period last night, the Grizzlies were shorthanded 5-on-3 and did a great job on the penalty kill to keep the game scoreless. Tonight, obviously, the Grizzlies have only had to kill 1 penalty, and they did a pretty good job there in the second period. So even though Utah's penalty kill is ranked last in the league, they have had moments where the penalty kill has been pretty strong. It seems with the penalty kill, you could play well for about 3 or 4 games, then you can have just one off night, like the case was 5 days ago, this past Tuesday, when Kansas City, scored a bunch of power play goals. I think if I remember right, one of the games, it was 4 for 8 on the power play, and that's about what it was. Kansas City only had 2 power plays. They went 1 for 2. I think back to, January 19th when Kansas City went 4 for 8 on the power play against the Grizzlies. But it seems like when Utah's needed it the most, they've come away with some pretty good penalty kills. And, there haven't been many penalties, and obviously both teams are playing a pretty disciplined game. And you think with the Grizzlies having the 2-goal lead, if fatigue starts to settle in on both sides, having that 2-goal advantage is certainly big for the Grizzlies in this scenario. Utah's looking for the series win. Both clubs have 3 out of a possible 4 standings points so far. And for the Grizzlies, a victory today means they pass Rapid City for 4th place in the Mountain Division. Dante Januzzi's been busy, 15 shots in the first period, 19 in the second. He has saved 32 of 34 as Tulsa has 1 goal in the first and 1 in the second. Utah had 12 shots in the first, only 5 in the second, as Tulsa has doubled up Utah in the shot count, 34-17. Gage Alexander has saved 13 of 17, and he is backed up by Rob Madison, who's an emergency backup goalie, as Julian Zunka, who got the loss last night. Zunka did play pretty well, though, and he is a good goaltender. He's representing France in an international tournament, and so he heads back home. He is a native of France, and so Tulsa's only got 1 goaltender, obviously an emergency backup, so unless Alexander gets injured, he's going to be in there for the duration of the contest. After 2 periods, Utah leads Tulsa 4-2. We'll come back and recap some scores from around the league, and we'll also talk some hockey as the Grizzlies lead the Oilers by 2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
It's the Grizzlies 4 and the Oilers 2 after 2 periods at BOK Center on the rubber match. Games in the league, Indy defeated Newfoundland 4-3 in a shootout as Indy wins 2 out of 3 games in that series. South Carolina shuts out Atlanta 6-0. In a big one involving the Grizzlies, Maine defeated Rapid City 3-2, and that's certainly big because Rapid City is 1 point ahead of the Grizzlies in the standings. Despite the loss, though, Rapid City did take 2 out of 3 games in the series in the Eastern time zone. And obviously, we'll be scoreboard watching the Rapid City Rush throughout the rest of the regular season. Remember, the Grizzlies do have 6 games head-to-head against Rapid City, 3 at Maverick Center early in March. And then I think about the time the NCAA basketball tournament's rolling along, the Grizzlies will have a 3-game set over at the Monument. And that's certainly going to be big as you think about the playoff race. You know, it feels like it's going to be going up until the final week of the regular season. You know, Kansas City and Idaho are 1 and 2 respectively, and they've got a pretty good margin ahead of the rest of the division. So obviously throughout the rest of the regular season, Utah will be watching Tulsa, Allen, Rapid City closely, and maybe Wichita if they can come away with a good stretch here. Wichita's really struggled as of late. Speaking of the Wichita Thunder, second intermission, they are tied with Kansas City at 2 as Wichita got goals from Jake Wallen and Jason Pinio as Andreev and Jake Jaremko have the Kansas City goals. That game is tied at 2 after 2 periods. Other action in the league, late second period, Toledo leads Norfolk 5-1. Late second period, Kalamazoo leads Fort Wayne 3-2. Early third period, Orlando leads Wheeling 3-1. Other games that have gone final, Greenville defeats Savannah 7-3, and in overtime, Reading gets a 2-1 victory over Adirondack. We'll have third period action shortly over from BOK Center. I mentioned at the first intermission, it's kind of interesting that the 3 players that have appeared in every game for the Grizzlies this season all have goals. Brandon Cutler has scored twice. Mick Messner and Tyler Penner also had first period goals, and that's the 3 players who have appeared in every game this season. The Grizzlies, for the 3rd straight game, are without Cole Gallant, who's battling an injury. In fact, this is actually the 4th straight game that Gallant has missed, and he's certainly a key force for the Grizzlies. He played in each of the first 40 games of the regular season, and Gallant leads all Grizzlies rookies with 30 points this year, 7 goals and 23 assists. In fact, the 23 assists ranked second on the club. Brett Stapley with 26 assists lead the Grizzlies. Other scratches for the Grizzlies tonight include J.C. Campagna and Cody Caron, as well as defensemen Cade Jensen and Michael Underwood. Jensen and Underwood are probably out for the rest of the season. When we come back, we'll have third period action as Grizzlies look for some insurance, and Tulsa is looking to make a comeback bid. And watch out for Tulsa. They've been a pretty good third period club over the course of the season. Grizzlies have done a good job in the third period lately, as over the last 7 games, the Grizzlies have outscored opponents 11-4 in the third periods. We'll come back and watch how the final 20 minutes of regulation transpire. Remember, each of the first 2 games of this set ended in overtime. Tulsa won 3-2 on Friday, as Eddie Matsushima redirected an Anthony Costantini shot. Grizzlies responded as they scored 6:05 into overtime as Brandon Cutler got the game winner. We'll see who wins the rubber match when we come back as Utah leads Tulsa 4-2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Welcome back to Grizzlies Hockey as Utah leads 4-2. Don't forget to get your tickets for Friday night as the Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads in the first of a two-game home-and-home series. Utah hosts Idaho on Friday night. Get your tickets at utahgrizzlies.com. And during the weekdays, Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, if you think about going to the Grizzlies game then, make sure to give the Grizzlies a call at 801-988-8000. That's 801-988-8000. Operators have the day off, but during the weekdays, make sure to give them a call. Then the scene shifts to Idaho Central Arena on Saturday, and that's going to be the last of the two-game set. And then the Wheeling Nailers invade Maverick Center for the first time ever for a big three-game series starting on February 16th. It's going to be an AFCU Friday, where tickets start at $10 when you pay using your AFCU debit or credit card at the Maverick Center box office. Grizzlies Fight Cancer Night will be on Saturday, February 17th, so that's 13 days from now. And the Grizzlies will be wearing specialty jerseys for the occasion. Utah will be wearing specialty jerseys once again on Monday, February 19th, and I wonder just how close the Grizzlies Marvel superhero jerseys will be to what Tulsa's wearing today, as Tulsa is wearing the look of Spider-Man, a red and blue jersey with yellow numbers in the back. It's certainly a sharp look. And hopefully when the Grizzlies have their superhero day, and if you look at the Grizzlies website, it does look like it's Spider-Man that the Grizzlies will be wearing on February 19th. Wonder how close they look to the Tulsa look. I will say that what the Oilers are wearing are a pretty sharp-looking uniform. And imagine you can bid on those jerseys on the Dash Auction app. And for Tulsa, I'm not sure exactly where their auction is going to be, but I'm pretty sure you can get a Tulsa Oilers game-worn jersey as well. And the Grizzlies will have their Marvel Superhero Day in the series finale against Wheeling on Monday, February 19th. Draw's going to be at center ice. We'll see if Brandon Cutler becomes the first Grizzly to get a hat trick this season. There's been quite a few two-goal performances by Utah this year. Cutler's had one or two of those himself this season. We'll see if Cutler gets his third of the game. I don't think he's had a hat trick since he scored 4 goals on January 27th of 2023 against Rapid City. As the Oilers mascot rings the bell to get things underway in the third period. That's right, the Tulsa Oilers, if you look in the background, though, does have a football team in town named the Tulsa Oilers. Utah wins the draw. They skate from left to right as Teixeira will hiking out to center ice, but the puck deflects out of play near the Grizzlies bench. And we get our first whistle 8 seconds into the third period. As looks like because Teixeira was standing in the Grizzlies zone when he took the pass, looks like the draw is going to be back in the Grizzlies zone in the near circle. Berg, Stapley, and Cutler are out there, as well as Wickers and Teixeira. Tulsa wins the draw, left side. They get to the circle, near side for Jendenov. Will take a righty shot. Glove saved by Januzzi, as he will hold on as the shot was taken about shoulder high. And Januzzi was able to make the stop, as that's as he just kind of gloved it right over the capital green G in the front of his jersey. Stapley will take the draw against Eddie Matsushima. Matsushima has 16 goals in 25 games this year. He's been a consistent force for the Oilers. Off the draw, Jendinov with a shot and a blocker saved by Januzzi, and it looks like he's covered up. Matsushima cut towards the net as it looked like Januzzi was trying to figure out where it was, and it just kind of pinned towards his right arm, and he's able to hold on as we get another whistle with 19:42 left in the third. So 2 shots taken by Bear Jendinov here in the first 18 seconds of the third period. And he's certainly been a bright spot for Tulsa since he signed about a month ago from the SPHL. Matsushima wins the draw, left point. Mike McKee slides it to the right circle. Jendinov in the area. He took a shot, and it's blocked by Messner's skate. As McKee, left point, throws it towards the corner, as it goes between the legs of Komu. As Tulsa kicks it out in front to Matsushima, he gets boxed out. Puck goes to the high slot. McKee, lefty shot. That goes wide. A lot of traffic out in front of the crease. As Jeremiah Addison will push it across. It rinks off the near wing boards. As the puck goes back towards Addison. He's in the far side of the Grizzlies zone. Tulsa battles in the right point as they get it towards the far circle, but it's Utah that takes the puck. They'll skate around Januzzi as they bounce it towards the near boards. McKee gets it instead of Messner as the puck centered out in front towards Januzzi as he's able to hold on as Tulsa got behind the net and they kicked it out in front, but Januzzi was able to gobble it as we get another whistle. 18:57 is left in regulation. Both teams will make a change. Unfortunately, from the Grizzlies' perspective, it looks like the puck has exclusively been in the Grizzlies zone here in the first minute of the third period. Denia Kerr's got 2 assists this afternoon. He'll take the draw as he's out there with Raby. And I believe Cutler's getting double shifted as a draw won by the Oilers. Right side, righty shot is blocked away. Januzzi goes down as Yevdokimov ran into him as Yevdokimov gets pushed by Wesley. Left side, lefty shot is blocked away by Januzzi, who might have gotten a stick in the way. As right point, Tulsa will fire it towards the circle as Sheriff gets it across left side. Somebody off the screen fires towards the net, gets redirected. Januzzi makes the save, and he holds on with 18:34 left in the third. So Tulsa just peppering Januzzi with shots here early on in the third period. And Dante so far has been up to the task as it's still the Grizzlies 4 and the Oilers 2. Tulsa, one of the more aggressive teams in taking shots this season. They are second in the league in shots per game. As it draws in the near circle, and it's won by Tulsa again. Left side, they fake a shot, get to Sheriff, who fires towards the net, and it's blocked by Mayhew. Bouncing puck in the near circle is taken by Penner, who pushes it to Fitz. As Fitz lifts it to Aragon, who gets it center ice. Aragon trying to get to Penner on a backhand feed. It stays back at Aragon in the near side. Now Aragon will slice it along the boards. Penner behind the net gets to Fitz, who tried to kick it out in front to Aragon and didn't get much on it as Tulsa comes back the other way. Oilers under the attack zone. You have Dokimov, feeds it to the right side for Sheriff. It goes off of him. As Sheriff will bounce it over to the right point. Penner in the area. Grizzlies trying to clear it out. It goes to neutral ice. Tulsa will chip it to the left side. McKee steps in as he fires towards the net. And Januzzi makes a glove save. 17:55 left in the third. And boy, it looks like Tulsa is really putting the pressure on the Grizzlies here early on in the third period. And it looks like they're not messing around. They're just getting right into the attack zone, trying to cut into Utah's 4-2 lead. Januzzi has stopped 35 of 37. Oilers had 19 shots in the second period as Januzzi will look around as he's a very active and agile goaltender. As the draw won by Utah as they spotlight Januzzi, who's played an outstanding game. Grizzlies far side will push it ahead. Grizz get to neutral ice. They cross center and they get towards Stapley left side. Stapley with a righty shot and a score! Stapley scores to make it 5-2 as he gets his 12th of the season. As the Grizzlies work the transition game, Stapley got in the far circle and fired it past Gage Alexander. As it was a 2-on-1, Stapley was to the left side, called his own number, and went top shelf right over Gage Alexander. Looked like a 2-on-1. Cutler was down the middle. I'm not sure Stapley felt confident in having a good passing angle towards Cutler, but he knew he had plenty of room to fire away, and he got it over Gage Alexander, who's a big 6'6" and 205-pound goaltender. It's now the Grizzlies 5 and the Oilers 2 as Utah pushes ahead. And Burke chases after it deep in the Oilers zone as Tulsa will skate around the net. Carl Boudreau with great speed. He crosses center ice. He'll skate into the zone with ease. He'll skate to the right circle. Backhand shot. Saved by Januzzi. And Dante holds on as Carl Boudreau flew into the Grizzlies zone, but Januzzi was able to make a save with 17:24 left in the third. Actually, looked like the puck bounced off of Januzzi and went out of play as draw is going to be in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone. It's tough to track shots sometimes on these video feeds. It's almost understandable why Fox had that glowing puck back in the 1990s. Jendinov gets it as the Oilers won the draw. He skates around Utah's net. Backhand shot saved by Januzzi as he had a tough time trying to figure out where it was. Arm is raised by the referee. Looks like Jendinov touches up. Holding is going to be the call. And let's see, it looks like the penalty is going to be on Tulsa. Grizzlies get a power play with 17:12 left in the third. As the Oilers will go to the box, 2 minutes for holding as the draw comes back towards Gage Alexander. It's the Grizzlies' second power play of the evening. They had a power play 7:12 into the first period. As Alec Butcher got a penalty, couldn't quite identify who it was for Tulsa, but they get 2 minutes for holding with 17:12 left in the third. Cutler will take the draw. He's got Fitz to his, or Stapley takes the draw. He's got Cutler to his right and Fitz to his left. Up top is Mayhew and Wesley. Draw won by the Oilers as they'll skate out of the zone themselves along the near side. It goes to center ice. Stapley holds up Tulsa as Tulsa loses their balance at center ice. Grizzlies will step back in as Fitz skates along the near side. He gets double teamed. McKee takes the puck away as McKee skates around Tulsa's net as they'll backhand it towards the point. It kicks to center ice. Tulsa across the center. Now they step over the line, spin move around Cutler, but they lose the puck as Cutler on the near side will brush it towards Stapley as it goes back to Cutler, who pushes ahead to Mayhew, who gets the puck. As Mayhew crosses center ice, he'll fake it to Cutler. Now step over the line. He gets the Fitz on the right side as Fitz will tap it off the end boards. Mayhew will backhand it towards the far corner for Wesley, but Tulsa took it away. They get to big Mike McKee, who will slam it off the near glass. It's kept in by Fitz on the right side. He'll drop it off for Cutler. He'll skate towards the left circle. Cutler with a lefty shot. It goes just wide, and it looks like it bounced out of play as Cutler went glove side on Alexander as he just drifted towards the left circle. As Cutler had another good look for his third of the game, but just missed the net as it tapped off the glass and went out of play. 16-17 left in the third. We're about halfway through Utah's power play as the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. Utah makes a line change as Messner will take the drives out there with Burke and Raby. Up top is Jeremiah Addison, and I imagine Keone Teixeira. 4 forwards on this power play shift. Utah gets the draw. Teixeira over to Addison on the right side. Back to Teixeira on the high side. He'll slide it to his left for Burke. He'll skate towards the circle. Toe drag. Shot. Saved by Alexander. Rebound. Shot. A score! Jeremiah Addison gets his first in a Utah uniform, and his baby's in the refrigerator as the Grizzlies have taken a 6-2 lead. Eddie Matsushima took the penalty. Skates back towards the bench. He had a parting word for the referee as Addison high-fives everybody on the Grizzlies bench. Well, it'll be fun to see Jeremiah Addison at Maverick Center on Friday night. Looks like he's going to be a keeper. As the shot was taken from the left side, bounced off of somebody, went to Addison on the right side, and Addison was the one that put it away. It's his first ECHL goal. He did score one goal in the AHL as a member of Laval Rocket a handful of years ago. He had scored that one goal with Laval in the 2017-2018 season. After that, he went back to college for a few years, ended up in Germany this year. Last season, played in Slovakia as he gets his first in the Grizzlies uniform. Tulsa has it deep in their own zone. It's now a 6-2 game as the Grizzlies are buzzing here on a Sunday afternoon. Matsushima gains the line, left point, shot, saved by Januzzi, and he holds on as Matsushima is being followed like a hawk by Jordan Stone. Matsushima fired away from the left point. Januzzi made a routine save. So 6 goals on 19 shots for the Grizzlies. And if the Oilers had anything other than an emergency backup here this afternoon, it's probably, probably would have been wise for Rob Murray to have gone to him. As Grizzlies win the draw, they'll tap it off the near glass, and it goes all the way down for an icing as the whistle blows with 15:39 left in the third. It hasn't necessarily been a great quantity of shots, but they're certainly getting a great quality of look. You talk about the 20 shots now for the Grizzlies. I mean, how many of those are considered scoring chances? I mean, Tulsa's doubled up Utah in the shot count 40-20, But in terms of scoring chances that the off-ice officials would say, Grizzlies will probably match Tulsa. Off the draw, Tulsa left point shot goes wide as it banks off the end boards. Grizzlies get to Dina Kura as he'll loft it into the right corner. Grizzlies chase after it. Does Penner. It looks like icing is on Utah as Ukura didn't gain center ice before lifting it deep into the Oilers zone. So the draw comes back towards Dante Januzzi. On the Addison power play goal, 3:57 into the third, Nathan Burke and Keone Teixeira got the assists. For Burke, it's his 15th assist of the season, and for Teixeira, it's his 10th helper. So Grizzlies 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Crowd of 5,364 at BOK Center today, 53-62. I said 53-64, it's 53-62. As Tulsa wins the draw, they skate towards the near side. Penner delivers a shot. Now Stone with a hit as the Oilers get it back up top right side. As Krenkovic fires it towards the far corner, and the puck drifts towards the near side. Krenkovic gets it. Sharp angle is blocked in the corner. It goes to Penner behind the net. He'll backhand it to Aragon. Aragon, 7 goals for the Grizzlies this season. Throws to the right point. Oilers keep it in. Dougie Legrone, slot, shot, and a blocker saved by Januzzi. Puck still in play along the near side. As Aragon pushes it to Ukura, it goes to center ice. Tulsa chases after it in their own end. Jared Power, the former Grizzly, wearing number 84, pushes it to his right for Dougie Legrone. Legrone, left wing pass to center ice, connects. Oilers bounce it in as near circle. Grizzlies will saucer it out to Stapley. He gets to Burke, who skates down the middle. Burke splits the double team, falls down, shot saved by Alexander. The net gets dislodged as Burke crashed into Alexander. Tulsa gets the puck and play is stopped. 14:27 left in the third as Burke tried to split the double team, got on 2 knees, but was able to fire a shot off, and Alexander was able to make the save as the rebound went towards the far side. And obviously with the net crashing open, they stopped play once Tulsa got the puck. 14:27 left in the third. Draw is going to be, it looks like, a neutral ice near the Tulsa bench. 40-20, Tulsa has the shot edge, but the Grizzlies lead this game 6-2. Draw won by the Oilers as 5.5 minutes into the third period. They'll hike it into the Grizzlies zone. It bounces at Wesley. He gets it about 15 feet in front of Januzzi as he'll tap it towards the far side for Berg on his 27th birthday. Backhands it to Wesley, who gets some air under it at center ice. The puck is gloved and dropped by Tulsa as the Oilers will feather it to center ice. Tulsa backhands it to neutral ice. Now they'll push it in as Wesley chasing after it. He collides with Krenkovic, who gets the puck. He centers it out in front, but the pass was too hot to handle. The puck stays in the zone. Folk couldn't get it as Mayhew hustled after it. Grizzlies doing a good job of 50-50 pucks as Mayhew along the near side gets to neutral ice. Mayhew flies into the zone near side as he'll get towards the near goal line. Chips it out in front. Shot saved by Alexander as Mayhew found his college teammate Stapley out in front. Tulsa comes back with it. Yevdokimov drops it off. Left side shot is blocked. Januzzi looks by towards his right shoulder. Stapley crosses center ice. So he'll step over the line. He gets it to Cutler. He's got 2 goals tonight. Cutler near side will look to center to bounce off a skate, and it goes to Burke. Make that Wickers. He tried to shovel it back towards Cutler. Tulsa deflects it back to center ice. Stapley skates towards his blue line. Now push it ahead. Puck bounces off the Sheriff. Tulsa enters. High slot righty shot saved by Januzzi. Now the puck is on the left side as Tulsa dances around off the screen. Actually, it's the Grizzlies that have the puck as Stapley moves it ahead. As Addison tries to get the bouncing feed, it goes towards Hilderman, who will push it to center ice. Tulsa steps over the line. Butcher, left point, righty shot. Glove saved by Januzzi. As Butcher fired a low liner, and Januzzi gloved it about ankle high. He holds on with 12:54 left in the third. It's the Grizzlies 6 and the Oilers 2 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Utah leads 6-2 in an absolutely dazzling performance all around. Tulsa's outshot Utah 41-21, but it hasn't mattered. The Grizzlies 6 goals on 21 shots. Tulsa in the attack zone after winning the faceoff. Shot is blocked by Semick, who's got 1 assist this afternoon. Tulsa chases it down in their zone as the Oilers will push it ahead. And it goes deep to the left side. Stone with a great cutoff as Tulsa was skating in. Oilers left circle. Lefty shot is blocked by Stone. Puck bounces out of the zone. Good defensive work by Jordan Stone, wearing number 19. He celebrated a birthday 2 days ago. Oilers gets the right side. Righty shot is bounced by Januzzi. It goes to the far circle. Arm is raised as Stone drags down an Oiler behind Januzzi's net. It looks like it's going to be a penalty on the Grizzlies as Stone just kind of pushed an Oiler back behind Januzzi's net. The official was standing there to make the call, and so it looks like Tulsa's power play goes to work as Jordan Stone was able to make a couple good plays in the shift, but then committed a penalty 12-21 into the left in the third. So Stone will get 2 minutes. Looks like high sticking's the call, according to the signal I thought I saw from Sam Heideman, the referee. So draw is going to be in the far circle. Second power play for Tulsa tonight. They're 0 for 1 on the evening. Stone will sit for 2 minutes. It's penalty minutes 21 and 22 for Jordan Stone on the year. Tulsa wins the draw right side. They fire towards the net. Stick save by Januzzi. Near side, Sheriff gets the rebound. Near side, he gets up top as the Oilers. Carl Boudreau will push it to his right for Hilderman, who will glide towards his left. He gets it to the far circle as the Oilers spread the ice in the attack zone as they skate towards the right side. Over to Hilderman. One-timer. Kick saved by Januzzi as Hilderman didn't get much on it. Sheriff along the near side battles with Wesley as Wesley will bounce it off of Sheriff. Sheriff gets spun around. It goes up top for Hilderman. He'll feed it to his right as the Oilers get pushed over at the point as Carl Boudreau loses the puck. Grizzlies' Kyle Mayhew will chip it out as the puck gets air under it as it glides along the near boards. As cut off by Alexander, he gets it to Hilderman, who skates down the middle. Now outlet it to center ice. Goes back over. Turnover. Skating against Nathan Burke on a breakaway. Backhand shot goes just wide as Burke gathers it behind the net. Oh, he had a breakaway, but just missed the net on a beautiful backhand shot. As Burke over to the right side gets pushed in the corner as he's double teamed. 11-19 and counting left in the third. Grizzlies have 5 shorthanded goals this season. Burke almost made it 6 as the Oilers back in their own zone. As Hilderman pivots towards the near circle now around Tulsa's net. As Hilderman will drop it off, the Oilers make a line change halfway through the power play. As Tulsa will fake it to their right. As they'll skate out to center ice, Oilers will skate in. I think that's Costantini, number 10. They'll get it up top towards Legron. Back to Costantini, right side. He'll push it to the far circle. Lefty shot saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes towards the backboards. Quinn Wickers skates to the near corner. He gets held up by Jendenov. Wickers will carry it out to neutral ice. He'll tap it off the near wall. It goes towards Adam Berg. Right side shot. Kick saved by Alexander as Berg almost scored on his birthday. As Wickers will throw it in deeper to the Oilers zone late in the power play. Tulsa will push it to the far side. And now Tulsa will glide into the zone onside, but they lose the puck as they were stepping over the line as the whistle blows. It looks like Tulsa was called for offside. They're going to call a penalty on Mayhew. I imagine interference as Mayhew goes to the box. He joins Stone. And so Tulsa will have a short 5-on-3 power play as 2 Grizzlies defensemen are in the box. As the Oilers were trying to enter the zone, didn't get to see the official signal as to what the penalty is. My guess is possibly interference on Kyle Mayhew. Mayhew gets his 29th and 30th penalty minute of the season. As Stone and Mayhew look in the box, it's the Grizzlies 6 and the Oilers 2. Tulsa's outshot Utah 45-22. As the fans near the Grizzlies penalty box gives them the business. Draws it neutral ice. It's won by the Oilers. As they'll skate in, it's now 5-on-4 as Stone's out of the box. And now there's 5 Grizzlies on the ice, despite Mayhew being in the box. So the Oilers get it out to the left side as McKee skates towards the near corner. As trying to count the Grizzlies. There are 5 out there. Stone's out of the box. Not sure. Maybe Mayhew got a matching penalty with the Oilers. As Tulsa will push it to the far corner. And now they get it off the end boards. Tulsa around Utah's net towards the near side. As Farron will push it to the left point. As the Oilers direct it to the high slot. And dancing around Hilderman. They'll fire towards the net. Saved by Januzzi. Rebound goes to Stapley. Stapley will skate around the net. So he'll get to center ice. Stapley steps over the line. He gets to Cutler along the near boards. Cutler on the right point. Will skate towards his left. Now he feeds it to Texera. Backhand shot gets kicked away as puck goes towards Stapley. As he gets pushed by McKee. Somebody off the screen has it. Now it goes to the left side. Shot bounces off the end boards. As the Oilers filter it to the far corner. Krenkovic battles. Utah will push it towards Stapley. He couldn't reach it. Now high slot. Shot goes wide. Raby was looking to redirect it. Now the Grizzlies, Quinn Wickers will drop it off. As Utah on the left side. Stapley over to Cutler. One-timer. And that goes wide. Alexander might have gotten a piece of it. We didn't see the net. And now somebody off the screen has it as we see about ankle high, whoever has it. Now the puck trickles towards Tulsa as they'll gather it around center ice. I can't tell you how happy I am. It's the last time we play at BOK Center this year. Januzzi behind his net. We'll kick it over to the far side. It goes to Penner. Less than 9 minutes left in regulation. Utah's up 6-2. Puck goes to Jared Power. It will throw it back to LeGrone. He gets it across. The Oilers' Carl Boudreau will push it ahead. Puck goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Januzzi will stick it towards the near corner. Now the Oilers' sharp angled shot goes wide from behind the net. Right side shot kick saved by Januzzi. Left side shot and scores. Januzzi got ran into. Might have been by his own guys. Carl Boudreau scored from the left point to make it a 6-3 game. It looked like Januzzi had kind of lost his balance, tried to get it back. Boudreau fired the shot, though, before Januzzi can gather himself. So for the second time, it looked like there was contact on Januzzi where Tulsa ended up scoring a goal. Everybody looks up to the video board. Might have been a Grizzly player, though, that ran into Januzzi as Boudreau fired from the left point, and he went stick side past Januzzi. Dante kind of looked up at the heavens and threw both hands in the air, knowing that there wasn't much he could do about it. So it's a Grizzlies 6 and the Oilers 3. 8:24 is left in the third period. As the fans get to their feet. It's been a good performance by the Grizzlies. Tulsa is one of those clubs. They're well coached by Rob Murray. And, they're off to a pretty good year after finishing in last place in the Mountain Division. They're currently in third in the Mountain Division. They'll stay in third regardless of what happens tonight. As the Oilers have a record of 21-17-4. As I think for the second time, kind of like late in the second period, they're checking to see if it's goaltender interference. I think it's possible, though, that it might have been a Grizzly that ran into Januzzi. Which would be sort of incidental contact. And what happens after that happens. And obviously Tulsa picked up a goal there with Carl Boudreau. If the goal stands, he gets his fourth of the year. Doogie LeGrone and the former Grizzly Jared Power would get the assist. For LeGrone, that would be his third point tonight, where he would have 1 goal and 2 assists. LeGrone with the goal, if it does stand, would mean that he would be a +3 today. Doogie LeGrone has been a star for Tulsa despite Utah. Right now up 6-3. The call on the ice is a good goal. They're checking it over on video replay. And Sam Heidemann and one of the linesmen look over on the tablet. Seems like some of the 5,362 in attendance have made their way to the exits here halfway through the third period. As they're continuing to look it over. Right now Tulsa's up to 47 shots. Grizzlies have 24. But Utah, 6 goals on 24 shots. Januzzi has saved 44 of 47. So based on the reaction we see from the Tulsa fans, it looks like it's a good goal, and it's a 6-3 game. As the Oiler fans ring the cowbells, doesn't look like they're so enthusiastic knowing that it's still a 3-goal game. It looks like those diehard fans are going to stay till the end. So it's the Grizzlies 6 and the Oilers 3. Doogie LeGrone has contributed to all 3 of the points. So here's what happened. Mayhew got a diving and embellishment penalty 9:36 into the third, and Eddie Matsushima got an interference minor. That's why we continued to skate 5-on-5, even though Mayhew was in the box. And Stone only had 3 seconds left in his penalty when Mayhew entered the box. They never did show Matsushima in the box for Tulsa, and that obviously was disappointing that they didn't show that because then there were some key details that were missing there. Grizzlies, Josh Wesley will push it towards Aragon, who gets to center ice. Puck wobbles on its side like a spinning top. As the Oilers get to Keyshawn Gervais, left side shot, and he swings and misses. As Fitz will move it out to Aragon, over to Penner on the right side. He crosses center ice. He'll throw it in. as Doogie Legrone will push it towards the far side. It goes all the way into the Grizzlies zone. It looks like it's going to be icing on Tulsa with 7 minutes and 49 seconds left in regulation. Grizzlies 1 for 2 on the power play. Tulsa is 0 for 2. 10th and final meeting this season between the Grizzlies and Oilers. Utah's got a 6-2-1 record against Tulsa this season. This is the 4th Sunday game between Utah and Tulsa. Utah is 2-1 on Sundays against the Oilers. Both Grizzlies victories coming into play today were 1-0 shutouts at Maverick Center. Garrett Metcalf in the second game of the season got a shutout, and then Dante Januzzi on New Year's Eve. Both games are won 1-0 by Utah. Puck gets pushed out to center ice, foot race, as Grizzlies will nudge it back to the center ice logo. It's taken by Nathan Burke. He'll skate towards the left circle. Toe drag shot is blocked by McKee. Addison will move it up top, but the Oilers took it away. Tulsa across the center ice. Now Jendanov gains the line. Right side cires out to Matsushima, but is poked away by Wesley on a good defensive play. Puck goes back to Matsushima. He'll skate in. Shot kick saved by Januzzi. Matsushima will bounce it off of Mayhew as it goes back towards Matsushima. Left side, he throws it to the near goal line. It bounced off a Jendanov's stick, and it goes to Wesley, who backhands it towards the point. Tulsa keeps it in. They'll fire it off the stick of an Oiler. It goes back to neutralize. Grizzlies will throw it back to the Tulsa line. Oilers with a left wing feed towards McKee. Steps over the line, and the Oilers will toss it ahead, but the puck goes out of play. 6:53 left in the third period. It's the Grizzlies 6 and the Oilers 3. We'll come back in 1 minute as Utah is looking to secure victory and gain 5 out of 6 points in the series. It's the Grizzlies 6 and the Oilers 3 on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Utah leads 6-3. They're led by Brandon Cutler, who has 2 goals. Cutler also leads the Grizzlies with 6 shots. Brett Stapley has 1 goal on 5 shots. Grizzlies have 2 assists from Dean Yakura, who gets his first multiple-point game in a Grizzlies uniform. Nathan Burke also has 2 assists for the Grizzlies. Back to live action, 6:50 left in the third. Right side, lefty shot is blocked by Stapley. He was in the area. I think Wickers was out there as well. I think it got a piece of Wickers. Deep in the Oilers zone, they'll bank it off the far boards. It goes to Cutler in the left point. He loses the puck as he was spinning around towards the far circle. Tulsa steps over the line 4-on-3. They'll drop it off to Krinkovic. Right side, lefty shot. Gets bounced away. Shot kick saved by Januzzi as the puck trickled out in front. Left side shot saved by Januzzi again. And Dante holds on as that might have been shot 49 taken by the Oilers here. And that was the same amount that the Oilers had in last night's game. Boy, Januzzi's been active. He's been outstanding. He's been quick as a cat as he has stopped 46 of 49. The Grizzlies Iron Man Tyler Penner will take the draw. Penner and Fitz have A's on their sweater. Josh Wesley is wearing the captain's seat. He's certainly been big for the Grizzlies lately. As the puck goes to Wesley after Utah won the faceoff, he'll bank it off the far boards. Tulsa fires it back in. Januzzi gets to Mayhew around the net as Mayhew will saucer it to center ice. It goes past Fitz, deep in the Oilers zone. Fitz might have gotten a piece of it, though. No icing as Doogie Legrone will filter it towards Hilderman. Hilderman will steer it back towards the far side, and it goes to center ice. Dante Sheriff gets it. He'll cross the center red line. Left wing push towards the left side. Butcher shot saved by Januzzi as the puck goes towards the far side. Mayhew in the corner gets it. Less than 6 minutes left in regulation. He'll push it ahead. Sheriff gathers it at neutralize. Sheriff dances around the center ice logo towards his left. Now he'll push it ahead as the Oilers will get to the line. They get it towards Butcher. Butcher steps over the line. He'll get it across the right side for Sheriff, who mishandled it, but he gets it back as he's being shadowed by Wesley. Left side, lefty shot gets kicked away as Butcher redirected it. 5:25 and counting left in the third. As the puck goes to the right side, Grizzlies will move it to center ice for Penner. He has a glance off his stick. Boudreaux lets it go as it would have been a delayed offside as Wesley behind Utah's net gets it. 5:10 and counting left in the third. Grizzlies lead 6-3. Tulsa's taken 50 shots. Grizzlies 24. As Cutler will fire it off the near wing wall. Looks towards Raby. Now Tulsa will re-enter. Stone will backhand it towards center ice. It bounces off of Tulsa as the puck skips at neutral ice. Cutler gets it. Right side. He'll step over the line as he moves it ahead towards Yakura. It tapped off a skate. Yakura in the far corner as Cutler skates over there. As Yakura will push it up top, but it goes to Tulsa as they flip it high into the air as the puck bounces near the Grizzlies bench. As Utah will steer it towards center ice. Now goes back over towards Semick, who gets to Stone near side. Stone keeps his head up as he gets to neutral ice. He crosses center, and he'll flub it in as Tulsa, behind their own net, will chip it towards Keyshawn Gervais near side. Gervais has great speed. He'll get to center ice as he lobs it ahead as the Oilers get to the left side, look to center it towards Matsushima, who couldn't handle it. Grizzlies get it with Brandon Cutler. He throws it towards his right. Tulsa keeps it in, and they'll tap it off the glass. Wickers will push it ahead, and he goes all the way deep in the Oilers zone. Dougie Legrone gets it. 4 minutes and counting left in the third. It's still 6-3 Utah. Legrone crosses center ice, steps over the line, gets spun around by Raby. Oilers tap it to the far corner as Quinn Wickers behind the net will throw it between a Tulsa leg as Raby gets up top. And now it goes to Quinn Wickers, who skates towards the Grizzlies bench. Now diagonal pass towards Burke as it flies towards Alexander, as Alexander outlets it to center ice. Oilers step over the line. Dallas Comu, left side shot goes wide. He fired it stick side past Januzzi. Grizzlies saucer it out to center. It goes to Burke, who steps over the line. He drops off for Addison. Back towards Burke down the middle. Lefty shot. Glove save by Alexander. And he holds on as Burke has had some good looks here in the third period. Alexander's been able to make some big saves, though, here in the third period. But it's still the Grizzlies 6 and the Oilers 3. 3:21 is left in the third. We'll find out how this one ends together in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today.
Black Bear Diner.
It's the Grizzlies 6 and the Oilers 3, and it doesn't really matter that Tulsa's doubled up Utah in the shot count, as Grizzlies have really found a good quality as opposed to necessarily quantity. Tulsa has 50 shots. Grizzlies have 24. Utah has gotten some outstanding performances. Jacob Semick is a +3 and has 1 assist. Jordan Stone also a +3 for the Grizzlies. Utah's got 2 assists and a +2 rating for Dean Yakura. Brandon Cutler's got 2 goals. Utah leads 6-3. Puck goes out to center ice. As some of the fans have headed for the exits, the Oilers back of their blue line will push it across as Tulsa will nudge it into the zone. And now the puck goes off the boards as Stapley will clear it out to center. Oilers back near their bench will fire it back in. Januzzi lets it go towards the near side. Wesley over there as Stapley pins an Oiler towards the boards. Berg will clear it back to center as the puck skips into the Oilers zone as it's taken back by Jared Hilderman, who skates around his net. He'll push it ahead as the Oilers toss to the right side. Now across to Krinkovic. He'll step over the line. Down the middle, lefty shot. Goes high and bounces out of play. 2:38 left in the third as Krinkovic tried to go up top on Januzzi and just fired it high. Krinkovic does have 1 goal here tonight. He's a -2, but Krinkovic got his 10th of the season. 5:35 into the first period. Keone Teixeira out there with Quinn Wickers, and I got to say, for saying this is the third game in less than 48 hours, and with each of the first 2 games ending in overtime, it's amazing the stamina that both clubs have. You couldn't tell it was a third game in 3 days type of scenario. Both teams have put together an outstanding effort. As Grizzlies get it, Addison moves it across towards Teixeira, as he'll push it towards Penner. Grizzlies enter the zone. Aragon gets pushed as Penner has to go past him. It goes to center ice as Tulsa will filter it towards the right side. It bounced off the stick of Mike McKee. He gets it across left side. Oilers with a righty shot and a score. As looks like the goal was scored by Costantini. Anthony Costantini gets his second of the year as the shot was taken from the left side as he was just outside the circle. And then once he got into the circle, fired it nearby Penner. Krenkovic reached his stick out to try to redirect it, but it must have just gone in cleanly as Costantini's the one that skated to the bench first. It's the Grizzlies 4. It's the Grizzlies 6 and the Oilers 4. Looks like Rob Murray might be using his one timeout as both teams are skating towards their bench. As Krenkovic raised his stick, but I think Costantini's the one that got the goal. So it's now 6-4. It looks like Rob Murray has used his one timeout. 2:14 left in the third. Oilers have 4 goals on 51 shots. As everybody is celebrating, it looks like the thing to do in Tulsa once they score a goal is take both arms and just wave it right over your head. That seems to be what they do after each and every goal in Tulsa. Costantini got the goal. Doogie Legrone and Jared Power with the assists. Boy, have a night, Doogie Legrone. He now has 1 goal and 3 assists. And for Jared Power, that's his second third-period assists. As Power started the year with the Grizzlies, he played in 9 games, scoring 1 goal before he was released. As a draw won by Tulsa, as we're back to live action, about 2 minutes left in the third. Backhand shot goes wide, and the puck trickles out of play. 2:02 left in the third. As the draw is going to stay in the Grizzly zone, I imagine Tulsa's net is empty right now with 6 skaters as they're trying to cut into the Utah lead. As it looks like Tulsa will get some new players on the ice for the Grizzlies. It's Wesley and Mayhew out there, along with Messner, Burke, and Jeremiah Addison. 2:02 left in the third. Draw one by the Oilers as Boudreau pushes over towards Hilderman. Back to Boudreau. He's in the high slot. As he dances around, he gets to Sheriff in the left point. Sheriff will skeet towards his right as he switches places with Boudreau. Puck exits the zone. Good poke check by Mick Messner. Sheriff loses it towards his empty net as it's 6-on-5 as Tulsa gets it back to Sheriff near side. He crosses center ice with speed. Now he steps over the line as Sheriff towards the far corner. Backhands it out in front. It bounced off at Januzzi. Grizzlies clear it out. As the puck wobbles towards the far circle, it's gathered by the Oilers. 1.5 minutes left in the third. As Tulsa gets to center ice, Hilderman steps over the line. He'll chip it to his right as the Oilers skate towards the far corner and stop. And now they'll get it up top right side. Oilers will drop it off at the right point. They'll get it across as Carl Boudreau skates towards his right. He's now at the point. He stops and filters it towards the far wing boards off to the corner. Grizzlies with a push. Mayhew and Burke over there as Messner will chip it out of the zone. Berg. Grizzlies chase after it on the near side. Burke couldn't get there. And it goes back to Tulsa. Less than a minute left. 50 seconds left as Tulsa flies into the zone. As they skeet towards the near side. Now around Januzzi's net. As now they're to the right side. Up top, Legrone will push it off the end boards. As Krenkovic trying to get it out in front. It bounced off of Wesley. Mayhew pushes an Oiler behind the net. Right wing shot saved by Januzzi. Now Dante's down. Puck still in play. 30 seconds left. And the Grizzlies will clear it out to center. As Tulsa chasing after it, does Doogie Legrone. Icing is on Utah. 26.6 seconds left in the third. Once again, Januzzi hit the ice. And boy, there was a scramble play. If Tulsa would have been able to get the puck there off the screen, it's possible they could have found a way to get their 5th of the night. Grizzlies lead 6-4. As Utah just needs to kind of win a face-off, clear it out. We'll see if Cutler's on the ice. Looks like he is. Who knows? Maybe he can get his 3rd of the game. Tulsa leads the shot count 52-24, but the Grizzlies have a 2-goal edge. There's a draw one by Tulsa. They get it up top. Cutler gets it. Now it goes to center ice. Cutler fires towards the empty net, and it misses just wide towards the far side. He had gained center ice, though, so the play continues. Puck lifts towards the Grizzlies bench. Mayhew delivers a push. Tulsa skates towards the right side. Matsushima skates in. However, the whistle blew with 9 seconds left in the third. As the referee, it looked like maybe signaled a hand pass as the puck lifted near the Grizzlies' blue line. So the puck's going to come out to center ice or neutral ice near the Grizzlies bench. Looks like it's going to be a victory for Ryan Kanasowicz's crew as Utah will take 5 out of 6 standings points in this series. Stapley will take the face-off against Matsushima. As looks like the Oilers are resigned to the fact that it's going to be a Grizzlies afternoon. Tulsa steps over the line. Legrone down the middle. Righty shot goes wide. 2 seconds left. Cutler gets the puck, and that will do it. Grizzlies win. Grizzlies win 6-4, and there was no doubt about it as Brandon Cutler scored 2 goals. Grizzlies also got goals from Mick Messner, Tyler Penner, and Brett Stapley, as well as Jeremiah Addison, who had 1 goal and 1 assist for his first multiple-point game in a Grizzlies uniform. As Utah also got an outstanding performance from Dante Januzzi, who saved 48 of 52. And it didn't matter that the Oilers outshot the Grizzlies 52-24. The Grizzlies come away with their victory as they win 2 out of 3 games in the series. Utah gets 5 out of 6 standings points for the weekend. And Utah, with the victory, now takes over 4th place in the Mountain Division as they passed Rapid City, who lost earlier today to the Maine Mariners. What a victory for the Grizzlies. Well, you talk about the well-conditioned athletes. 3rd game in less than 48 hours, and boy, they didn't really show. Both teams had plenty of energy here today. Tulsa will dejectedly walk towards their locker room. And for the Grizzlies, they will come home where they will play 4 of their next 5 games at Maverick Center as Utah comes away with a big victory, and they get their 20th win of the season. Utah's record goes to 20-23-1. And the Grizzlies have been outstanding on road ice here as of late. As you think about over the last 12 road games, the Grizzlies have a record of 6-5-1. What a victory for the Grizzlies. Brandon Cutler didn't complete the hat trick, though, but he did have 2 goals, and he led Utah with 6 shots on goal. We'll come back and have the post-game report. Once again, the final score from BOK Center. It's the Utah Grizzlies 6 and the Tulsa Oilers 4. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
And we're joined by our YouTube audience. We've been talking on Flow Sports. It was almost like they forced Dougie Legrone, who had 1 goal and 3 assists tonight. He must have either been one of the stars or he was throwing something into the stands and threw it with a little bit of aggression. As the Grizzlies come away with a 6-4 victory as they take 2 out of 3 games in the series. And Utah really got it done early in the contest. They only had 24 shots, but it seemed like a lot of them were big-time scoring chances. Really, I wouldn't say the game was won in the first period, but I say the Grizzlies leading after one period 3-1 probably set the tone for how the rest of the game was played. And, considering the fact that Utah ended up winning the game by 2 goals, I would say the first period certainly set the tone for the rest of the game. Brandon Cutler was the Optum first goal of the game scorer. 1:50 into the contest, he scored from the right circle. Dakota Raby and Dina Kura got the assists. Tulsa tied it up 5:35 in as Kyle Krenkovic scored on an almost impossible angle as he banked it off of Januzzi and into the back of the net. He got his 10th of the season. Dougie Legrone picked up the assists. Mick Messner made it a 2-1 Grizzlies lead as he got his 11th of the year. Jeremiah Addison and Nathan Burke with the assist. They added a Burke assist a little bit later, as originally it was just Addison that got the assist, but looks like they have added an assist to Nathan Burke, which means that he had 2 on the night. Grizzlies extended the lead 17-12 into the first as Dylan Fitz was over in the far circle. He centered it to Penner. It bounced off his left ankle. Penner was able to get it back on the right side of his body, and he was able to go 5-hole past Gage Alexander to make it a 3-1 game. Jacob Semick also picked up an assist. It was interesting that it was exactly 10 minutes after Mick Messner gave Utah a 2-1 lead as Messner scored 7-12 in. And 17-12 in, Penner extended it to a 3-1 game. Utah led 3-1, even though Tulsa outshot Utah 15-12. You talk about the 3 guys who have appeared in all 44 games this season: Cutler, Messner, and Penner. The 3 guys that scored in the first period. They've not missed a game yet this season. Cutler extended the lead 2:18 into the second period as he scored from the high slot for his 20th of the year. Dina Kura got his 2nd point of the game as he picked up his 2nd assist. That's the first multiple-point game for Dina Kura this season. Late in the second period, Tulsa scored as Dougie Legrone skated around Utah's net. Januzzi was on his side as he got knocked down. Legrone fired it past the goal line for his 3rd of the year. Barajendanov and Eddie Matsushima got the assists. That made it a 4-2 game, and that's where it stood after 40 minutes of play. Grizzlies early in the third period extended the lead to 5-2. It turned out to be the game winner. Brett Stapley scored 2:19 in with Adam Berg on his 27th birthday, as well as Quinn Wickers picking up the assists. And for Adam Berg, he's certainly been a hot player as of late, as Berg, over his last 14 games, has 12 points, 4 goals, and 8 assists. And he certainly played a good weekend, as he was on that same forward line with Brett Stapley and Brandon Cutler. So Stapley gets what turned out to be the game winner, 2:19 into the third. Utah extended the lead as they got a power play early in the third period after Eddie Matsushima got a holding minor, 2:48 in. And Jeremiah Addison picked up his first in a Grizzlies uniform as the shot was taken originally from the left side, I think by Burke. It bounced off of a skate, either a stick or a skate, onto Addison, who was in the right side. And then Addison put it away as he got his first in the Grizzlies uniform. It's his first ECHL goal. He did score one AHL goal a handful of years ago with Laval Rocket. Burke and Teixeira with the assist on the Addison goal, 3:57 into the third. Tulsa, they just kept battling. You have to give them credit. The Oilers battled for 60 minutes, and they certainly made it interesting towards the end. Carl Boudria scored for Tulsa from the left side, 11:36 in, as he went stick side past Januzzi. Dougie Legrone and the former Grizzly Jared Power with the assist. And then Tulsa got their fourth goal of the game as Costantini scored, 17:46 in. Power and Legrone also got the assist there. Tulsa was able to call timeout with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left. They really pushed strong. I mean, they outshot the Grizzlies 18-7 in the third period, and the Oilers had a 52-24 edge in the shot count. But the Grizzlies come away with the victory as Utah takes 5 out of 6 standings points for the series. And you think about the Grizzlies, who've gone off to an 0-12 start on the road this season, but since the calendar turned to 2024, Grizzlies have been a much better team away from Maverick Center, as Utah is now 6-1-2 over their last 12 road games. And so Utah returns home for a Friday night battle with the Idaho Steelheads. 4 of the next 5 games for the Grizzlies will be on home ice. Friday's going to be at Maverick Center. Then Saturday will be at Idaho Central Arena. And then the Grizzlies will entertain the Wheeling Nailers on holiday weekend, February 16th and 17th at 7 o'clock, and Monday, February 19th at 3 p.m. Gage Alexander gets the loss in net. He stopped 18 of 24. Dante Januzzi gets the victory. It's his 9th of the season. He stopped 48 of 52. So you talk about the goaltending in this series. I mean, Tulsa took a ton of shots this week. They had 40 shots on Friday night. Will Cranley stood tall as he saved 37 of 40. Tulsa did win in overtime, 3-2. Last night, the Oilers had 49 shots, and Will Cranley once again was outstanding. He stopped 47 of 49. This evening, it was Dante Januzzi who had the task of seeing 52 shots, and he saved 48 of them. So you're talking about, on average, probably more than 45 shots per game taken by the Oilers in this series. The Grizzlies goaltenders, time and time again, just continued to make the big stop. And the Grizzlies were able to score enough goals, obviously, this weekend to win 2 out of 3 games. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the shot count over against Idaho, as the Steelheads are one of those teams that does a good job controlling the shot count, and they usually are towards the top 5 in the league in shots per game in their own right. So you talk about a good team performance. You know, the Grizzlies were able to get 2 assists from Yakura and Nathan Burke. Just about everybody contributed to the cause. Josh Wesley was one of only a handful of players that didn't get a point tonight, so his 5-game point scoring streak comes to an end. With the 2 assists for Nathan Burke, he now has a point in 5 of his last 6 games. And even though Brandon Cutler didn't get the hat trick, he becomes the first Grizzlies player to score 20 goals this season, as he got goals 19 and 20 on the season. For Brandon Cutler, it's his 3rd year with the Grizzlies. Cutler, a couple years ago in the Division Championship Club, in 23 games, had 10 goals and 17 assists. He only played the first half of the season for the Grizzlies, as he spent the second half that year in the AHL with the Abbotsford Canucks. Last season, in 32 games, Cutler had 15 goals and 15 assists. He also spent some time with 3 different AHL teams as he was with Belleville, Hartford, and Colorado. And this season, spending time exclusively with the Grizzlies, he hasn't missed a game yet. He is up to 33 points this season, 20 goals and 13 assists, as he's certainly been a star performer and really a clutch performer for the Grizzlies all season, as he also leads the team with 5 power play goals and 4 game winners, including 2 in overtime that was highlighted last night when he scored 6:05 into overtime as Utah defeated Tulsa that night 3-2. It was a 6-4 final here for the Grizzlies tonight. Utah ends the 10-game season series with a 7-2-1 record against the Oilers. So they picked up standings points in 8 out of 10 games against Tulsa this season. Well, Utah will look for its first victory against Idaho this year, as the next game will be at Maverick Center on Friday night. We hope to see everybody there. Get your tickets to UtahGrizzlies.com. We want to see a big crowd, just as we've seen in each of the last 8 games. In fact, over the last 8 games, the Grizzlies' average attendance is 7,161. So Grizzlies fans have come out in full force, and the Grizzlies have done a good job climbing back into the playoff race. And it'd be nice if the regular season just ended right now and we started with the playoffs, because the Grizzlies would be in. As with the victory, they climb over Rapid City, who lost earlier today 3-2 to Maine, as the Grizzlies, with 41 standings points, have passed Rapid City for 4th place in the Mountain Division. 3 stars of the game. Dougie Legron is the 3rd star for Tulsa. He had 1 goal and 3 assists. He is the number 3 star. Number 2 star is Brandon Cutler, who scored 2 goals. Number 1 star they've got listed as Keone Teixeira, who had 1 assist. I imagine Teixeira had a good game, but I don't know that he was the number 1 star tonight. Actually, they did change it. Dante Januzzi is the number 1 star tonight. He stopped 48 of 52, but Keone Teixeira did play a good game, getting 1 assist. But the first star is Dante Januzzi, who saved 48 of 52. So the 3 stars, once again, Dougie Legron for Tulsa's the 3rd star. Brandon Cutler with the 2-goal performance is the 2nd star, and Dante Januzzi is the number 1 star of the game. Well, that'll about wrap things up as we're hanging out in the Grizz Cave. And if you were watching on Flow Sports, I think I had to view the game on the same feed that everybody else did that was watching from home. I'm just glad we don't play at BOK Center the rest of the season, as unfortunately some details were missing, including the fact that they never show any of the Tulsa players in the penalty box. There was no way for us to know that Matsushima was in the box at the same time that Mayhew was going to the penalty box, and that drew a little bit of confusion. And those are the kind of things that mean getting gray hairs early in life, and the reason why I don't sleep well at night. Those sort of things, because at the end of the day, that makes me look bad when, even though they never did show us some of those details that you absolutely have to have in order to call a professional hockey game. But nevertheless, it's going to be a lot of fun watching 4 of the next 5 games at Maverick Center, starting on Friday night as the Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads in the first of a home-and-home. Friday night at Maverick Center and Saturday at Idaho Central Arena. Well, that'll wrap things up as we're hanging out in the Grizz Cave, just outside the Grizzlies team store at Maverick Center. Remember, when you go to the next Grizzlies game, go to the Grizzlies team store, as they got a lot of great stuff there. Once again, in 2 hours and 29 minutes, and in front of a crowd of 5,362, the Utah Grizzlies get the victory 6-4 as they take 5 out of 6 standings points for the series. And the Grizzlies end the 10-game season series with Tulsa with a record of 7-2-1. Grizzlies ended up getting 5 out of 8 standings points on the 4-game road trip. Well, it'll be a lot of fun on Friday night. Coverage begins at 6:50 in the Mountain Time Zone. Face off at 7:10 as the Grizzlies take on the arch rival Idaho Steelheads. Until then, I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network, presented by Rio Tinto Kennecott.